One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com, one of our favorite sponsors, is back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No Simple Road would like to thank our illustrious sponsor, Shop Tour Bus. Go over to
That was
Shop
too fast for
Tour
me.
Bus. Why was it too
It was
fast?
like, I couldn't jump in.
You gotta
Yeah.
just get to ride the wave.
Can we try one more time?
Go to shoptourbus.com online or at
Shop Tour Bus
on Instagram.
Instagram. Yay.
And you're going to check out the Digital Lot's most badass Grateful Dead inspired designs.
And cute designs. I was just looking at their Cassidy newest one, and I'm going to get one for the baby.
Because they're coming out with baby sizes.
That's right. Toddler
Baby,
sizes.
baby,
They said
baby.
it might be their favorite design yet
It
for
might
the toddlers.
Be. Just like No Simple Road could be your favorite podcast.
It is.
It is. You know what, though? Check this out. Shop Tour Bus is not just t-shirts. They
Nope.
are stickers. They are hoodies. They even do tote bags.
They've done hats, socks.
Mhm.
They have all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, look at their website because they have some really cool Grateful Dead inspired merch.
Yeah, man. And all of it comes to you in a hand-designed, one-of-a-kind box. Some of you are going to get a Miracle Grateful Dead cassette bootleg in your order. And when you check out, put in the promo code No Simple Road, and
No
you are going to get
Simple
free
Road.
shipping because you are part of the family.
Have you ever listened to bluegrass?
Out of a sunflower?
that you got from Electric Fish Lights?
Well, you can.
You totally can.
Darwin's gonna. You can too. Go to electricfishlights.com and check out what Electric Fish Lights is doing. They are illuminating the universe with one-of-a-kind, inspired by you, light fixtures. These things are so fucking cool, man. What you do is you go to electricfishlights.com. You tell them what you want them to build. I want a Minion light. I want a SpongeBob light. I want a fish-shaped light with fish donuts all over.
Or I want my favorite sports team represented all over a light.
Yeah. Then they build the light for you with this thing called IQ technology, which is 30 interlocking pieces that can be configured into 15 different shapes, and they can basically build anything with that. And all these lights come with a 12-year energy-efficient, safe-to-leave-on LED bulb, a 12-foot cord, and a hardware kit to hang the light.
That's
and
a lot of stuff.
check this out. They are hooking up the No Simple Road family with 10% off. Put in the promo code NSR when you're checking out. They are going to hook you up. And any of you that get the color changing bulb upgrade or the Bluetooth speaker upgrade, you're going to get a one-of-a-kind No Simple Road Electric Fish Lights collaborative print.
That will come to life and dance on the walls and entertain you forever.
And I promise you it'll stay on the wall. It'll dance on the wall, but it won't leave the wall and like go in your kitchen in the middle of the night and steal any of your food or go in your room and mess up your underwear drawer. That's not what's going to happen.
No.
So go to electricfishlights.com, get yourself a dancing light, and make yourself happy. Illuminate yourself. If you're in Oregon and you haven't tried Define Premium Cannabis yet,
You're missing
are
out.
blowing it.
Totally missing out.
You're totally blowing it. And you want to know why?
Yeah, I do want to know why.
Because we happen to have the guy that purchases all the premium cannabis for all of the Defines, the one in Hillsboro and the one in Forest Grove, sitting right here. This guy.
Tell him about it, Darwin. Well, if you come on out to our location in Hillsboro or Forest Grove, we got the dankest nugs, and well, I'll totally hook you up. I'll try not to eat your bud, but I can't promise
Darwin.
anything. I like nugs once in a while, but I will take my time to get you suited and set up with the exact right product that you need to make yourself feel good.
Yeah, and if you go into the Hillsboro location Monday through Friday, Darwin will come out of the back dressed like Apple, and he will find you the
perfect.
perfect bud. You know what I'm saying? And because you're part of the No Simple Road family, and you like cannabis, and you went to Define, when you walk in there, you tell them, hey, I'm part of the No Simple Road family, and they're going to do what, Apple?
Give you a free
They're
T-shirt.
gonna give you 10% off your purchase and
a free T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Right? That's pretty dope.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
and
dope.
the
Get
free
it?
T-shirt
Dope.
is your first visit. But make sure, because we've had people come out and visit, they thought it was just like on their first visit. But no, we're gonna hook you guys up every time you come shopping with us with that 10%.
Right
man.
on.
And you know what? It's not just flower. It's the entire gamut of cannabis products out there at Define. And like I said, the guy that purchases all the stuff for those stores is sitting right next to me right now. And I have to tell you that it definitely is premium cannabis. So go check it out. Define in Hillsboro or Forest Grove. Tell them you're part of the family. Get your 10% off. Get your free T-shirt on your first visit, and take care of your head, man.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongSummerCamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongssummercamp.com/simple. Check it out.
No simple road. No simple road. No simple road. No simple road.
You want an eighth?
Sure,
Yeah.
you want an 8.
Mel, you want an eighth?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hi.
Yeah,
Hey now,
I'll
No
take
Simple Road family. What's
Hey.
up? How's everybody doing today? We're back.
We are back.
It's Tuesday
We're
morning.
back.
Sun's shining. Flowers are blooming. Birds are singing. Sky is clear. There's not a cloud in the sky, and we're
getting ready to go
What?
to Horning's Hideout.
Oh my God. The only reason I'm not excited is because I need a drink.
What?
Wait, no, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
She just got a drink. Here we go.
Because
She's
it was an
getting
exciting time.
There she
you're
goes.
excited now? Okay.
There.
Yay, I couldn't do it. My voice was like,
Yeah, a little hydration
I
brings
need
out the
to hydrate,
excitement.
guys.
Yeah,
Everybody
No
out
Simple
there.
Road is headed to Horning's Hideout to go
Yay!
see Yonder Mountain String Band and the infamous String Dusters and Freedom. And then tomorrow we're going back to see Scott Law and Benny Burle Galloway, Yonder Mountain String Band, and the infamous String Dusters.
Wait, Benny Burle Galloway, wasn't he just on the show?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't that our guest on this
He's
episode?
our guest this week. That's correct,
That's
Apple. You win a
insane.
prize.
And
What does he win?
My
You
God.
win a slap upside the head.
Wow, thank you. Oh,
go, sir.
Whoa.
yeah, this was. We were all speechless yesterday. This was such an honor to meet this gentleman and get schooled a little on green grass.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah,
We
we
were
did
the
have some
green
green
grass.
grass, but we got to hang out with him all after me and Aaron went and picked him up, and we thought we were gonna spend an hour or two with him maybe, and we spent the
day.
entire day and evening and fed him and just had such a good time with this man.
We broke bread with Benny Burle Galloway.
So if you
Just think about that.
if
Yeah.
you don't know who this is, I want you to think about it like this: Benny Burle Galloway is to
But he goes by Burle.
Burle Galloway is to Jamgrass as Robert Hunter is to the Grateful Dead. I'm just going to say that one more time. No, I'm not. You get what I'm talking about, though, for real. This is like bluegrass royalty. And this gentleman
bluegrass
has
royalty.
written some of the most amazing songs that you've been jamming to for years that you didn't even know that he wrote those songs, or you did, but having him over here at the house and getting to meet him, wow, man.
Getting to know him, I would say a little bit. You know, we met each other and exchanged pleasantries, and then it was immediately like literally getting to know each other. Like, who are we? Who is he? Schooling us on all these amazing things that he's done. He's got his little composition notebook and his like paper clips and notes and all this stuff. He's constantly thinking of that stuff. During our conversation, something sparked.
Started writing a
He
song.
started a
Yeah.
couple songs.
And he's incredible.
Sorry, that came
Apple's
out of,
very phlegmy today, you guys.
came
I'm
out
sorry.
of nowhere.
It came out of
Sorry,
nowhere.
it did. It was
It's
one
like
of those
the
one like
fifth cough.
Well, yeah, that's okay.
You know what though, man? Check this out. Like meeting a dude like that, you're seeing him, and that's somebody that's operating on a completely other level. Like when we picked him up, I was like, oh shit, this cat is on another frequency. And you have to tune into that to stay on your toes with him, because the conversation goes a lot of places.
Oh yeah,
It was like getting on a roller coaster ride conversation.
I like that kind of mental ping pong. That's exciting. It's fun. It's like
Yeah,
It's like
it was-
all these like little.
It was serious
vignettes
and
in
then
your head.
funny, and then it just went all over. You guys are going to hear some fantastic stuff. And this one we went for a little while. We were outside on the patio for a few hours, then we brought it inside.
Yeah, it was kind of
and-
hard to we wanted him to be on the show. Clearly, that's why he was over at the house. But then he got here, and it was really like we just wanted to hang out.
And he wanted to be he liked the porch immediately. He's like, can we hang out here for a little while?
So for those of you that are longtime listeners of No Simple Road, this is like OG NSR. Like we are literally back on the porch with this one, hanging out. You are a fly on the wall,
Literally,
for this
yeah.
conversation that's about to go down. And like I said, man, this is a roller coaster of a conversation. You have to like put your seatbelt on and just roll with it, baby, because we're going somewhere. He is a man with a plan.
And what was it? And the first part you're going to hear was done on the handheld. So you're going to hear a different kind of sound quality.
Well,
Yeah.
You're actually going to hear in the studio first, and then you're going to hear what happened on the porch.
Well, they don't
Oh,
need
okay.
to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So it's when we get to the stuff that was on the porch, like App was saying, it was done with the handheld, so the audio quality is a little different, and
And sit down for the ride.
yeah, it's old
Yeah,
school.
it's more like being exactly being on the porch. Like you're out there, you hear the wind a little, you hear the birds.
Well, I just kind of like how this is. It's like you guys are with us on a day where it's kind of getting back to our
Roots.
our roots, and like this time in our life right now, like this NSR. You know what I mean? I feel like having Burle over was the dawning of like the shows, everything that's going to be going on with NSR this summer and coming up.
Yeah, it was a definite kickoff.
It's what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and also for Benny, you're going to hear that, or for Burle, you're going to hear that in here. He's cooking up some stuff that's going to be happening soon, which is going to be amazing.
He talks about it in there, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he
you
talks
talk
about
about
moving
it.
to
Go ahead.
Nashville, and
Yeah.
You're safe. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to.
Well, you're going to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what was so awesome about Burle too. And like the moment we saw him when we pulled, I mean, we'd seen pictures of it online, but
Doesn't do it.
this
No.
is a true like hardworking American. He's an engineer,
Yes.
plumber by trade, writes songs,
Cowboy.
lives on a ranch in Durango, Colorado. I mean, this is a true cowboy with the horses, the cattle, everything.
He played one of his songs. Nobody's ever heard it before, actually, in this recording that
Oh my
you're
gosh,
going to hear.
it made us.
Made Mel
Me and
cry.
Mel
I
both
couldn't stop crying.
teared up. That was beautiful.
But
It was really
watching
beautiful.
his hands, that man has worked some hard work in his life. Those hands have a lot of miles on them.
Yeah, and with music too.
Yeah, that's
lot
what
of
I mean.
music
Like
miles, a
those
lot-
hands have
yeah.
a lot of miles on them. They've
Yeah.
done a lot of things.
Everything
hard work.
that he does involves that, that hard work, and he was very inspiring.
And I told him this when he was in here, but like it didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it to. But like what Burle represents to me is somebody that's given their all for the music, for the scene, for the family. He's given to the detriment of his shoulders, elbows, knees, and hips.
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's given
We all
of
get
himself.
our-
But
yeah.
if you look, man, he's been through it, and it's cool to see that. It's inspiring, really fucking inspiring to see somebody that was so integral in starting an entire genre of music, first of all, and second, that was willing to just fuck it. Let's go. Let's make this thing happen, and let's hit the gas and go 1,000 miles an hour. And where it takes us, nobody knows, but I'm riding the train, So it was just a huge honor for us. And seeing these bands the next couple of days is like the culmination of that kickoff that I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in the next 2 weeks, we get to see all these bands that he's written for so much. I mean, we get to see he's written for all these cats. We get to see all 3 of these bands in the next 2 weeks, which is amazing, especially after meeting and talking to him and having this conversation. He's like your most awesome uncle you've ever had.
Yeah.
That just has the cool stories and is silly and fun and just
and caring. Like multiple times he, it's like, well, how can I help you guys? And very forthcoming. And he was so grateful to have a beautiful evening. The weather was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, everybody. It was just it adds to it, because it felt so magical with him here and like everything that was going on. And like the guy said, I was like bawling during that song. It was like something that was surreal, like a dream coming to life moment, And it was like, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. Oh, like all these like clicks for me in my head were going off. And it wasn't necessarily just Burle. It was just the situation of yesterday and like kind of the weeks and events leading up to yesterday and today.
Yeah, man.
Today we're going to be at the most magical place that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I mean, Horning's Hideout really is, if I could get married again, I'd want to get married again there.
Really?
And all the artists say that about that place. He says that. I mean, that is like hallowed ground, magical place.
Yeah. It's
just special.
and if you're out there listening and you're on the fence and it's Tuesday still, or even Wednesday
They probably
morning,
still have tickets.
there might even be tickets left. You should come out. And
If you
and
can't make
see
it
what's
this
about to go
week,
down.
Green Sky's playing 2 dates next week on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, and we've said this before, but it bears repeating. Like, it's an honor to be part of the String Summit family, man.
It's
and to
such an honor. What he was saying about Sky and just how our mutual love for each other, you know, and respect, you know, I really respect the operation that Sky runs and how family oriented he makes everything feel. That is uncanny. And it's something that, I feel like I aspire to in my life, is to make everything about family. It's still functioning and everything, but like when you come to our house, it feels a certain way, or when we go to yours, it feels a certain way. You know, I like to keep that family vibe.
Yeah, and it
just
definitely
feels good.
carries over to the summit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very much like that, and I appreciate that about Burle and Sky and their whole crew.
Yeah, and we're headed out with a couple of people that we don't even know.
No.
Because we gave away a pair of, or 2 individual
Congratulations
tickets
to Ryan.
And Where the Wild Things Run.
Right on.
You 2 are coming with us, and we're super stoked to meet new friends and
we are.
new members of the family and boogie down with you at our first show back and have fun, man. It's really popping off out there. It really
It's
is.
really happening.
It really is, man.
It is really happening.
God, it feels good. It feels
And
so
the weather
good.
couldn't be perfect. More perfect. It's been so gorgeous. I mean, a little bit warm, but come on, when you're out, it's the summertime.
Well, tomorrow it's supposed to be like high of 77, and then Wednesday's high of 73. Like,
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. So
I got a new hat.
yeah, you did. You know, I'm gonna just say something.
you got a new hat?
You're going to share that story.
Yeah,
here?
man. This is stupid, but I ordered a hat, like a straw, big, like a surf hat.
Tell them the whole
Okay.
story, not just part of the story.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
So I ordered this hat.
Sounds like a
right?
good beginning.
Yeah.
I ordered
Because it's going to be hot and we're going to be out in the sun, blah, blah, whatever. So I like it's supposed to come today, and I'm like stoked. It's coming. It's going to be here in time for the show, and it shows up, and I run out there and I pick up the package, and I'm all stoked. And I'm skipping back to the house with it, and I open it up, and the hat has a gigantic hole in the back and a gigantic hole in the front. It got smashed. Whoever was handling it just like crumpled it into a ball and punched their fist through it, is what it looks like.
what the?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's
The
gigantic.
hole is like a softball
And so
size.
Mel's like, I want a hat too. I'm going to go out and get one while I was working.
No. That's what I'm saying. Tell the whole story.
Okay.
The day that he ordered that hat, he was sitting out there and he's like, oh, look, I'm going to order a hat. I was like, I want a hat. That's cool. And he's like showing me all the different hats. And then he's like, I just ordered myself a hat. I was like, what? Like, I wanted one too. I thought you were going to order 2.
You were supposed to do this
Yeah.
together.
Glad I didn't.
And then here it happens. He gets his own personal hat with a hole in it. And then so I decided to go out and find myself a hat today because I was like, fuck that. I still want a hat. Went out, bought an $8.99 hat. It looks like it was $25.99.
It's so fucking cool too.
I can't wait to put pins on it. It fits like a fucking glove. I look dope. I'm so excited about it. And it's plenty of solar protection. So the only thing I'm thinking about is putting those little like those tiny little fuzzy balls
Dingle
around the
balls,
edges.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like the mariachis.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't get that done before tomorrow, but
So when you
I'm
see
excited.
when you see Mel at String Summit next year, look for the girl with the dingle ball hat.
well, I might have it by Wednesday night though.
I'm
Oh,
excited
shit.
to see both these hats. I really want to see the whole in the
You know
hat. This
what?
is
I'll-
hard to
I'll
picture.
post a
Like, how
picture.
did that happen? Like,
It really does look like
It's
whoever had it.
unwearable.
Yes.
You can put it on your head, but there's a hole on the front and
Yeah,
back.
Not on the front. It's
I
more
want to
on
see
the
it.
back.
Maybe it's a third eye hat.
No.
Just to let
No,
you
it's
know.
definitely not
It's a
that.
fucking busted hat. That's what
Some
it is.
angry delivery driver
Yep.
punched a hole through the hat.
The saddest
Okay.
thing is like when I came home, Aaron like said, he's like, I got my hat today, and I was like, oh cool, and he's like, it's all fucked up.
It's all fucked up.
Fucking
And he
turd.
said it so like easygoing about it, and I would have been so pissed, and I got sad about it. I did. I got sad.
Hey man, you know
Did you
what?
get it through Amazon? They'll probably send you five more.
I'm not going to go down that road. Yes, I'm getting another one. As I get older, the little things really don't bother me as much. Like,
That's so nice
I'm
to hear.
fucking. First of all, I'm lucky that I can buy a hat in the first fucking place, right?
Yes, you are.
Like,
That's true.
let's be honest.
Yep.
A lot of people can't fuck cover their head or eat, don't have anywhere to sleep. I'm complaining about a hat. No, it was funny. It's something silly that happened. But the little shit like that used to, like, when I was younger, that kind of shit would tear me up inside. Maybe not the hat, but small stuff like that. As I get older, man, it's really getting easier and easier to just kind of laugh at that kind of thing when it happens. It really, really, really is. Like
That's good to hear. For real though.
like I was telling you the other day, man, like coming up on 50 is a trip because there's less in front of me than there is behind me. And Burle and I we were talking about this yesterday.
What if you live to be 102?
Oh,
Then that's
I'm wrong right now, and it's Aaron math. But otherwise, I'm not. And like, not having time in front of you like that, like it just makes me not care about little stupid shit as much. Like, I'm gonna get wound around the axle about some stupid shit. Like, I got better things to do.
You can't waste your time getting all upset and hot and bothered. I'm going to write a stern letter to the hat company. And guess what? The hat company probably doesn't
And I realized
really
something
care.
else too today, just today, and I actually wrote it down that I wanted to talk about it when we did the intro, and I didn't need to because I just remembered. But I like have been taking a forced hiatus from looking at the news lately, and I've noticed that my baseline anxiety level has been better, like a lot better. And my like inner voice, that chattering monkey brain that's in my head, is not as insane. And today, somehow I ended up on a news site. It came through my email, actually. And I was like, it was clickbait, and I clicked it. And then there was like all these articles about like the Delta variant and fucking people are blah, 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 all this shit. And I was just like, oh, fuck. I started getting like anxious, and I was working, and I was like kind of getting in a bad mood. And like a couple hours had gone by. And so like after 2 hours have gone by, when you've looked at one thing and then you're working and doing something else, you don't remember that that's the thing that made you feel the way you're feeling 2 hours later. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the breadcrumb trail has fucking been eaten by the birds by that point.
Exactly.
And so I'm like, why am I feeling like this? I woke up in a great fucking mood today. Like, I'm just sitting in my office at work. Like, nothing happened. I'm home alone. Nothing set me off. What the fuck's going on? I was like kind of short of breath and like agitated and weird. And then I remembered, I was like, oh fuck. I fucking was going down the rabbit hole earlier today. And it like started a process in my head that I was unaware of prior. And so this is a fucking public service announcement.
Wow, I didn't know that we were gonna get all this.
Yeah, this is a fucking public
That's
service
crazy, babe.
announcement, man. Like, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling weird, if you're having a hard time, pay attention to what you're putting in your eye holes, man, because that shit is scripted to make you feel certain ways.
The news is one of the worst.
And I'm not saying to put your head in the sand. We all need to be informed, but you need to see it with the proper perspective. And look,
What would be a proper perspective?
detachment. Do not internalize that shit, and also future thinking.
How could you do that though? You know,
I had to do it today. I had to remind myself, like, literally, because so I don't know
like
what
playing the other side.
Yes.
of-
So I don't know what your inner voice talks to you like, but I have to be nice to myself. Like, I'm not like, you fucking dumbass. I can't be like that with me. I have to be like, it's okay. Like, it's cool, man. Just take it easy. You know what I mean? So
no, you're
yeah,
telling us what you mean.
My inner voice I got to be gentle with myself. So, like, with that today, it was like, look, nothing has happened. You are still right where you were when you started the day. The only thing that's different is what you looked at. Nothing has happened yet. You're not in the future. You're in right fucking now. How do you feel right now without any of that? I was like, I feel fine. Well, then,
Act accordingly.
yeah, exactly. Like, let's start from there. Nothing, because the thing that, like, at least for me, that I get wound up on is like, this, that, or the other thing could possibly happen, right?
Yeah.
And then it's
Exactly.
like, oh fuck, this could lead to that, and this, that, and the other thing. Like,
Rabbit hole.
nothing even fucking happened,
What
man.
if?
Yeah.
What? And then, like, the news is mostly speculation anyway. They're just making it up.
Yeah. So anyway, public service announcement, man. Feed your head and guard it, man, because there is a war on for your attention and your consciousness, and your anxiety level is tied to that shit in a lot of ways. And look, they have been studying for years how to get into our heads and make us buy shit and make us do things and blah, 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 blah. Don't think that we're above it. You know what I mean? You be careful what your media diet looks
yeah.
like. It's the same thing as eating shitty food all the time. If you're just eating crap all the time, you're going to feel like crap. If you're just looking at bullshit all the time, you're going to feel like crap. So take care of yourselves out there, man. That's all. So how was your week, Mel?
Bomb. Dang, babe. Okay. How do you follow that?
Oh no, I'm scared now.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Apple.
I'm
Everything's
scared.
okay.
I'm invigorated. I'm excited. Let's see. My week has been really good. We've had some really. I feel like I'm always in shock of what's happening in life. One week it feels like, I don't want to say hopeless, because I don't never feel really hopeless, but like, it's just kind of like the opposite of like when I'm really happy and excited. It's just kind of like, that's whatever, you know, like it's fine day. But then there's some days where it's like, whoa, I fucking love life. I get to live here. I've got a great setup. I love my kid. Like, just there's certain days that I really feel overflowed of gratitude and blessed, and like I need to voice it and share that, you know, because, you know, I was at work today and I stayed a little bit later, not on purpose, but a customer literally kind of like cornered me and was talking to me for over 20 minutes. And I was at work, so I was conscious of the time. I was literally looking at the clock right behind her and realizing, oh shit, it's 1:38. That's 1:42. Okay, it's 1:53 now. Like, you know, so I'm like,
taking slow steps towards the door.
And so, but at one point she was crying, Like she came in and she had
and
this,
you don't know this lady. This is just like a customer.
I've never gone and had coffee or
Okay.
anything like
All
that.
right.
We haven't exchanged numbers, but we really like each other. I like her a lot. And pre-pandemic, when there was no such thing as masks yet, she's such a sweet, beautiful woman. She's tall. She's got really good posture. She looks like she's in charge, you know, but she's really sweet and has just like a great demeanor, and she's fun. But then of course, post pandemic, a lot of people were shopping like once a month. So they spend like $700. And she was one of them. So she only came in like once every great while. I never saw her. And today she's grabbing some waters, and I was like, oh, can I help you? And then I looked up and it was her. She's like, I've been trying to find you. Like, I've been hoping that you were here when I worked, but I just, and I was like, I've been here, whatever, just kind of exchanging. And yes. And then it got deep real quick.
In the grocery store.
Real quick. I found out what kind of school her son goes to. She told me about her late pregnancy and how it affected her hormones because she was perimenopausal. And then she questioned. I told her about Simon's graduation. There was so much that was said.
Guys do not do that.
I'm talking about a full-on therapy session. And she was crying because I was saying how much I love you.
Aww.
That's when because she was asking us, she was like, we were talking about our children. And then she's like, gosh, do you just love your husband so much? Are you guys like, do you hug a lot? Do you touch a lot? Like, is that something? And I was like, oh my God, we are still in love after. Yes, it's still real. And she just started that little tear.
Oh man.
She had a little tear. She's never met you. We don't know each other. She doesn't know what Sydney does.
Right.
I just barely had told her that Simon worked there. So it was just
What a trip.
Yeah.
That is so sweet, but it's like Aaron said, like dudes don't do.
It's like, hey,
we
what's
would
up?
never think. Ask how you doing.
You know
good,
what it is?
Good. We're good. I'm in love. All right.
It's me.
That's sweet.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah,
but
you draw that out
That's
with
a female
people.
trait, though. Girls.
There's
you guys all go to the bathroom together.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing.
Mel has a certain quality, though. She does kind of draw that out and attract that from
for
people
sure.
because she's a listener.
Exactly. When you're a good listener, the person is free to not have a stop sign.
They get to unload.
Yeah. So think about like if somebody could uninterruptedly give their like creative dictation. They're talking. Yeah, Aaron's over there with the ice.
Yeah, that was Aaron.
But,
thanks for pointing that out.
But if you didn't stop someone's flow and let them go, imagine what could happen. A breakthrough. They could say something incredible. They could.
Yeah, but then you're in the grocery store.
Well, so I did go to my supervisors, 3 of them, and they happened to be in one location. I was like, hey, I'm clocking out right now. I was just talking for like 20 minutes. And then my supervisor goes, wasn't she like crying at one point?
They're probably
What'd you do to that
they're standing
customer,
over there
Melanie?
like, oh my gosh.
I was like, yes, she was. I was like, look, I wanted to go, but it was important. I go, I like her. It's not like I don't like her, but it wasn't like I was trying to stay there forever. And they're like, we know. And I was like, and that just means I'm giving good service.
You got a customer that's going to be coming back. That they're not going anywhere
else. She lives
else.
in North Portland, and she comes to our Trader Joe's.
So check this out. Imagine if I worked in a grocery store and I came home from work and I was like, you guys, I met this dude today at work, one of my customers, and we talked for like 30 minutes. And he was like crying at one point, telling me about how he can't get a hard on anymore. And like, he's, guys do not do that shit.
Well, that's too bad because she went home feeling so good. I stand by the notion that crying is like an freaking eye orgasm.
Like
it
blowing your
feels
nose.
good.
Yeah.
It's like you got to excrete those like emotions and those sad memories and those happy ones too. I cry so much when I'm happy.
Yeah, you do.
I cry. I work these tear ducts out and it's fun. It's not always fun, but I like to cry. And
sometimes,
if anybody ever sees me cry, I like it.
Sometimes when Mel smokes too much weed, she cries.
Oh yeah.
She'll just like start laughing and crying at the same time. And I'm like, what's wrong?
Nothing. What an
okay.
emotional outlet that is. It's the same as like laughing really good, crying is.
It's usually
it's important.
Yes, it is.
Like when people say they don't cry, I'm like, okay, that's weird.
It's
That's
totally
just weird.
weird.
If you
It
like,
is weird.
I don't cry, and a lot of people are proud of that. I don't cry.
I lock it down in a box inside my
I'm
solar
a ticking
plexus.
time bomb.
You
Don't
don't gotta
fuck with
cry
me.
every 2 seconds, but at the same time, like, shit, man, let those things go. Let it flow.
Because you can cry from beauty and happy like that, the happiness, the laughing, crying bit, and
Laughing, crying bit.
yeah,
It's just sometimes, especially when I'm elevated, I start thinking about the kids and like Sydney and Simon, and I'm so proud of them. And then I'm like, holy shit! I start thinking about my life, and I'm like, I get emotional about it.
Well,
It has like this, like, you know, like all those like fast little pictures kind of coming at you of all the things that.
you're watching a montage of your whole life
Yeah.
and all the things that make you happy in your
That's
head.
why there's certain times I really do like to, you know, get like have an edible and like smoke at the same time, like kind of get really high because it feels like a psychedelic, and it always brings gratitude.
yeah.
I wish
it's
it
a
brought
weird-
me gratitude.
And
it
you
brings
did.
me anxiety.
I don't know how many times
don't
I've
do it
seen
often anymore.
Mel has. You have the ability to like go through all the emotions. What the thing, one that stands out to me, I think we mentioned it on here, is when we were celebrating. It was right around my birthday, and we were celebrating passing of Magoo.
Oh,
And you were out there at one point. You were crying, laughing, dancing, and I just remember saying to you too. It's like if anybody, an outsider, saw this, they would be like, "Is she okay?"
That woman is snake.
like she's having a mental break because you were laughing, crying, dancing, and it was the sweetest
I
thing
remember
because
that.
we knew what it was.
Yeah.
And you got so much emotion out. We're so
Yeah.
proud and happy and
Yes.
sad, like all at the same time, like one ball of emotion.
yeah.
And that's amazing
Thank
that you
you.
can do that. I don't think a lot of people can be in touch with that many emotions like at once.
It's my special purpose gift.
Definitely.
I like that. My special purpose gift.
It's like pink and it's got a bow on it. And
cute.
got tears on it.
It's cute and sassy, and it can also
It can
Oh,
kick your
It
ass
feels
too.
good to have emotional outbursts like that. It feels cathartic. It feels like you cleaned your house. It's what it feels like. Like, or like you were in the pool all day and then you took a shower.
Oh yeah.
Like, so you're super clean. Like you're, you know, like it just feels really emotionally good to go through all the gamut of crying, laughing, dancing. I'm not a screamer too much,
No.
but
Well, that's you followed what I had to say pretty well. That was well done.
okay.
Apple, your turn, man. Bring up the rear.
Apple.
No pressure, dude.
No, it's
no
hard to
pressure.
like kind of think back over the week. You know what it is right now is the excitement of
Yes.
well, when this is coming right of today, going to see live music, getting to meet Burle, who you're going to hear here. It was an amazing weekend.
Also, talking to Pandolfi kind of started the whole thing. Too,
Yeah, last weekend speaking to Chris was just amazing. We're going to see him tomorrow and Wednesday as well.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to see all these guys and be out at Hornings. But like my week was good. I can't, it was a week that kind of went by quick, but also slow at the same time.
Yep.
We were talking. It's like being a kid waiting for Christmas. Like, can I just open one tonight?
No.
It's like, no, you
you
can't. Christmas isn't till tomorrow. So I don't know. It's just been a week of like build up to excitement, and Chris
change.
definitely kicked it off last week,
Yeah.
and then having Burle come over here and from all of us. I mean, we just can't thank Sky enough
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Trusting us.
believing us,
Truly.
liking us, and doing what you do for us, dude.
Yep. We got your back, Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So that that
I'm Team Sky for sure.
and now the culmination of it is, just waiting to get out there and boogie with our two listeners that, what again, it's so awesome of String Summit and Sky to do that. Let us do a giveaway to bring
Yeah.
some more people into
That's really
the family,
generous.
the String Summit family, the No Simple Road family. This just going to be so awesome. And then we got next week too. With
I haven't even
Green
thought about
Sky.
next week at all. I've given it zero mental space at all.
Be here now.
Because there's been so much going on,
Yeah.
and it feels good to kind of anticipate this without
Another one
yeah.
bites the
And
dust at the
that-
end.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I think it's right. I think I don't think we talked about on the show, but we've tossed this around the patio. It's what we just went through with a year and a half of lockdown and learning, like kind of accepting disappointment and not knowing what's going to happen. It's made it a lot easier to be here now. Enjoy the moment. Don't anticipate. Don't be thinking months ahead. We got a lot coming up this year. Everybody out there does. Enjoy what's happening now,
Yes.
because that's what we have. There's no guarantees of anything else. So enjoy today, this moment, the people you're with, what you got going on, because all that other stuff, thinking about it, causes anxiety, builds you up for letdowns, lowered expectations.
No expectations. Just fucking do.
No expectations. We're going. We
Then
got a
everything
ticket
is
to
a
the
surprise.
show. Yeah, we got a ticket to the show,
A
and
blessing.
it's gonna kick ass no matter what happens.
Yes, it is.
I have to throw
Thanks
something
for that
out there.
little
Yeah.
message, Apple. For real, that is a great reminder, and it does feel good to be in the here and now. It
Yes.
really fucking does.
It's the way you
It's way better
truly,
than the
it's
there
the way
and
you
then.
truly enjoy yourself and others is being here.
Yeah. And hey, check this out. If you're listening to this and you're new to No Simple Road, I'm Aaron. That's Mel. That's
I'm Apple.
And we do this every week. We don't just do a 5 or 10 minute intro and then play an interview.
No.
We hang out with you for a little while before we hang out with you for a little while.
Yeah, it's
So
a
this is our
check in,
thing.
a rundown, a build up to what's coming up. We kind of hit the whole gambit, and it's also, like we said, it's our mental health check and
Yeah, it
therapy,
is.
and it helps get it out. And so many of you respond to us how
Yes.
awesome this is. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. You get two shows in
We
one.
had somebody give us a June call on our tepid line, and I'm really appreciative of that.
Yeah, check
Yes.
this out. Here, I'll play it right now.
No Simple Road crew, I just want to first say thanks to every one of you for what you do. Your podcast has helped me immensely during this pandemic and moving forward from here. I wanted to share with you a quick story. I moved to a fully legal cannabis state within the past year during the pandemic as a life decision move to get away from the blue collar employment I had held for so many years before. So getting involved in the cannabis community in this state that I'm in now has led me to all different kinds of opportunities and people. And I was able to come into some DMT, NN DMT, not 5-MeO, and had an experience a couple days ago where I watched Spangle Red Rocks from a couple years ago, that popular video they have on YouTube, and went through about 1 gram of that DMT. And I think I had some breakthroughs. I haven't been able to quite define what that is yet for me, but at one point, my eyes were closed, and I was not only seeing past that first dimension behind my eyes, but as I looked up, I felt I was seeing Jerry Garcia. I've studied the Grateful Dead for many years, but when the pandemic hit, I bought a 2020 Fender Stratocaster and did nothing but study Jerry for the past year. I'm about to go to Roots Rock Revival in early August in the Catskills up here, so I can't wait to meet O'Teal. And oh my gosh, my life is just super blessed right now. But here's the crazy part of the story. So in my self-medicating and my self-help work I do with entheogens, I took a break for a couple days. So last night, I recorded a dream when I woke up this morning, and basically the gist of the dream was it was an organized foot race with Jerry Garcia and me. Phil count down 3, 2, 1, go. Jerry and I sprung up from our crouched sprinting positions and went full force at this bad boy. I played soccer my whole life all through college, and my brain was registering that I got this guy. He does a ton of drugs. It was young Jerry, no pepper in his hair yet. Was sure I had this race in the bag. Well, he about 5 yards before the finish line reaches right out ahead of me, and wins the race. But as soon as he crosses the finish line, he falls down, and his pants fall all the way down to his ankles. And I remember seeing his white, cheeky butt cheek. And he stood up, and he laughed his ass off, pulled his pants up, and I woke up. Thank you all for what you do. I love you so very much. Thank you to the family. If any of you all are going to rock, pull up for all. Thank you so much.
That's a great story right there. Jerry's butt cheeks.
That was great. Thanks,
Yeah,
brother.
man. That's
Yeah.
super cool, and thank you for those super kind words too.
Yeah.
And hey,
I'm glad we helped you get through the pandemic. Thank you for saying that.
and thanks for calling the Tepid line. You too can call the Tepid line at 971-808-1524. That number again, Mel?
971-808-1524.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess it up.
Here,
so
one more
I
time.
had
I'll
to
do it
pause.
now today.
Yeah.
Apple?
971-808-1524.
Yeah, operators aren't standing by, but the voicemail is, and
It's
it'll pick
always
up,
there.
and it will record you, and then you too. will be on
That's
No
what's
Simple
dope
Road.
about the Tepid line. You can call in the afternoon. There's no time.
Yep, there's-
You can call 1 in the morning,
Yep.
3,
Those
whenever.
are the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I charge one of you out there this month. Let's see, we're towards the end of July now. Between now and the middle of August,
Yeah.
somebody
Before we go
call
to the
in
gorge.
from Set Break, please. I'm asking a favor of
Call
the No
in from
Simple
Set
Road family.
Break?
I want somebody that's super spun to call us from Set Break and ramble for 5 or 10 minutes. I will play the whole thing. I promise you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys want to do the business?
Sure.
I thought it seems like we just started the business.
Well, that was Tepid Line.
was
You
the
can
beginning
follow
of the
us on
business.
all the social media platforms at No Simple Road. You can go to www.nosimpleroad.com and
NoSimpleRoad.com.
check out the merch tab. There's some fresh new tees designed by
Whoop-de-whoop.
Young and Sick. Those are up on the No Simple Road website.
You're so
Get
dope.
yourself some flowery, fun
The
No Simple
royal
Road
blue
goodness.
one is the best looking one so far.
There is a rainbow of colors up there, and you could
Yep,
even get a
I've
white
got a
one and tie
burgundy.
dye it.
Oh.
Check that out. All right. So yeah, those are up at nosimpleroad.com. You can also join the newsletter and find out all the behind the scenes happenings that are going on around here, as well as there is a calendar of events up there, and you can see what shows we're going to be at and then come hang out with us. You know, this
Yeah.
thing at String Summit is not a one-off. This is a many on, and we would love to have you
I
come
like that.
hang out
It's
with
not
us.
a one-off. It's a mini on.
Yeah, so
That's
come hang out with
cool.
us at a show, you guys, and let's party and dance and laugh and make new family and spread the love and connection and
Yeah.
kindness and
Put
And
your
if you want,
dancing
you can
shoes on.
come up, join Mel. You can laugh, cry, dance, everything all at once.
you could see my holy hat, and you can. What are you gonna do?
But for the first time in a year and a half, I get to break out my festy pants.
Oh shit!
And I gotta
was
go
fast.
Apple
merch.
looks so
I gotta
cute
go
in his festy
merching.
pants.
Uh-oh. All right.
Cute
What am I
Apple.
missing? Oh,
Yeah,
you
I've
got that.
saved-
You got your Kangol
I've
too.
saved $28,000 in merch over the last year and a half. No,
that's why the bands are all broke. Apple hasn't been out there buying merch.
Dang.
No, check it out, you guys. Go to patreon.com/No Simple Road, because I'm going to tell you something. When 2020 happened, it happened to No Simple Road too. And we have a bank account, and that bank account ain't happy, and it costs money to do this show.
It
So
does.
we need your help, y'all. For real. I'm asking you to go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. Sign up for $1, $2, $3, $4. You get different stuff with different tiers, and you get this warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart. Like there's a little
Yeah.
elf that lives in the center of your chest, and he has a book of matches that never runs out, and he makes your heart feel warm and fuzzy. When you
you could
sign
be
up
part
on
of
there.
keeping this bus going, keeping them tires fresh, keeping gas in the tank, because we've said it in the last few weeks. We got plans. We got plans coming up. We got things we want to do. We want to get on the road. We want to get out there and hug people and dance and see venues all over the country. And that's how you can help us do that.
Yeah.
Help us get to your neighborhood. We'll come stay with you.
We'll come stay with you. We won't leave your house. What are you having for dinner? Can I have a beer? Anyway, patreon.com/No Simple Road. Listen, what you're about to hear is history.
Ooh.
This is Benny
Yeah.
Burle Galloway. He is singer, songwriter, plumber, smoker of meats, Jack of all trades.
Dog whisperer.
Cow
Darwin fell
puncher.
in love with him.
Yeah.
Darwin really.
If you
really
want to see,
loved
you can go
Burl.
to their Instagram and you can see the way he is looking up. With Darwin, like most dogs, it's very hard to get to take a good picture. He jumped right in there, sat down in front of Burl, and
gazed
just
longingly.
like gazed up at him.
That's
It's
true.
so cute.
When Burl said, "I want a picture," Darwin went and sat down right over there. And it's usually like if we have a group of people, usually he gets frisky or he starts like turning
we usually
around.
Shows his butthole.
I was going to say, we usually get a butthole picture, then a blur picture.
Exactly.
and-
But he sat down and looked up at Burl. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
So check this out. I'm going to remind you one more time because you probably forgot since we were yammering this all this time. But the first part of what you're going to hear is here in the studio after we had already been outside for a while. So the first part is the last part. The last part is the first part. The last part's on the porch like OGNSR. The No Simple Road crew gives you, without further ado,
Burl.
Give me a long country road running through 10 mile of cotton. A long country road anytime. A long country road through a time we've all forgotten. A long country road anytime. Every time. I'll take that cool evening breeze. It's too damn hot, it ain't raining. Cool evening breeze, anytime. That cool evening breeze, quit my damn complaining. Cool evening breeze, anytime. Every time. Take my old country home, not some mansion in the city. My old country home, anytime. My old country home, when the sun is setting pretty. My old country home, anytime, every time. Want that sweet peace of mind, 'cause it worked for my old pappy. Sweet peace of mind, anytime. That sweet peace of mind, some old song to keep me happy. Sweet peace of mind, anytime, anytime. Every time.
Podcasting.
Grind it.
This is
roll
as
it,
real as it gets
Smoke
in
it
this
with a
house.
hippie in the crowd. Grind it. Roll it. Smoke it with a hippie in the crowd. Yeah. Grind it. Smoke it. Smoke it with a hippie in the crowd. Yeah. Grind it. Roll it.
All right.
Who
I'm
likes
down with
fish?
that.
Fish? I ain't never heard of
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
You know,
No.
listen, man.
I'll try to behave.
You know, please
don't.
I didn't believe it for 1 second. That's why I didn't say anything, Burl. I knew.
No, I can. I can, and I have. Yeah.
We have since moved from the porch into the studio,
Yes, we have.
and you were just talking about getting ready to start some shit down south.
Oh, in Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had to get I had to do the geometry on the south.
I saw it click.
Yeah, I had to. I've been working in Atlanta for a while now, and around Atlanta, and Brevard a lot, and then I started working in Nashville. So I've been going back and forth right through that little triangle right in there, and I've found a nice little home, and with some of the folks that I know from Durango of all places, because they bought some property there, and we did some work on the houses, and it's really nice. And so that's what we've been doing around that part of the country. So when you say South, that's kind of my focus to me. Not Mississippi to get where the crawfish etouffee is good, but I mean it's good in the other parts of the South too. But it's mostly about the music and some of the properties that have been purchased by these friends, lifelong friends of mine, as of late.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're going down there to write some music and change the game?
Yeah, well, change the game. Let's see. It's still 3 plays for a quarter, But what we're gonna do, and what I plan on doing, is blending my left and my right hand to a certain extent to put some things together. I love both sides of the fence, and I love the concept that some of my friends have right now musically. And that's all it is. It's a musical position, and we're going to take two and try to tie them together, which seems like going to the land of Oz to me. The flying monkeys are there. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We all kind of do the same kind of stuff. So we just have to make sure that what we present is what we believe in and trust in, because it already has proved itself, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to tie them together. By gosh, we're going to tie them together.
Wow.
So
That's like a proclamation.
well, yes.
More than.
Well, that's what we've been talking about all day is belief.
Yeah.
Having the belief in the thing that you're doing and moving it forward with
the
hard work.
And the people who can help you do that
Yes.
at the best positions. Not everybody can play first base. Not everybody can catch, and not everybody can play left field. But when you find that bunch of guys, if you're going to relate it, and gals, believe me, some of my colleagues are my dear friends, and them girls rock.
Oh yeah.
And it's Ange Way and Danielle Wheeler, and then them girls get on it, and Miss Deb gets to it too. So I want their names to be recognized. I'm not sitting out here talking to you guys because I wrote a few songs. It's because we have a motion now that we're getting into, and I have 4 or 5 people who are working for me, and Shorty, and Andrew Lunsford, and some other cats, and Keenan Koppel, and we're getting on it. They are surrounding me with the right way to push to help our society understanding and education of our people.
Wow.
Well, when we talked to Vince, the way he related to us was like taking these two worlds and putting them together can actually do something for humanity.
We're absolutely talking about humanity. That's all this is. It's not about the music. Remember that. That's just a small circle where we circle around and go, let's get the fire lit, but let's take it out around us and build it bigger and larger. And the understanding and the knowledge comes in from the sheer amount of people that understand around that circle. It's what's around out there that makes sense, not the circle itself. It's what you're going to put around it.
So these are like the issues of the community.
Absolutely dead on.
Okay.
Wow. So,
And so you say community, you can just expand it to humanity.
Why not?
Yeah.
we've been needing to do that for a long fucking time.
I'm on that train with you.
I'm riding that one too, and that's probably the reason I'm going headlong into Nashville with this pal of mine, because we're getting ready. We're getting our chance. It's not we're talking about it. We're getting ready to go do it, and we already laid a bunch of the groundwork. I mean, this we've been at this for a long time.
Musical soldiers.
Yeah, it's absolutely. We want to work. We want our skills that we have learned and designed over the years to come in and go, these people trust us to take us farther. And that's what we're going for. Total understanding.
Well, this is a general, because you never see a general on the front line. You never see a general fighting the fight. This is the guy that's
creating
directing.
songs for the people.
Yeah.
Songs and direction, really. Use the song to draw focus to your attention. Wait till you cats hear about my water program. We're not going to get into that right now.
Not today. Okay.
But when you hear about that, you're going to understand that there's some things that I put aside, and there's some things that I've taken up the torch for, and I mean business.
You know, this reminds me of something that we have in the works, and we can't reveal all of it either, but we have another very prominent, respectful gentleman that we're working with poetry and soundscaping, and it is something that is a social justice cause in the most beautiful and earth-shaking way, and it is all about elevating and pushing humanity forward in being again a musical soldier, putting ideas and thoughts with music in a completely different way, more of a painting. That's what he says, sonically painting. Yes.
More of a painting you can look at for a long time than a sonic experience that drops out at 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We're just using the tool as the tool. It's the information that's going to do this place good. The information that leads to understanding, so we can just understand.
Well, I think in understanding, there are a lot of things happen. It creates change. When you understand somebody, all of a sudden you can forgive somebody.
All of a sudden,
if you take yourself, right? You're holding on this fucking grudge. The minute you understand the other person's plight, oh, I didn't know she was late.
be reasonable. See it my way.
Well
Look,
said there.
But we're talking about... He's going to spit his beer all over the floor. Or at his nose.
Cider.
Yeah, you're
Cider.
wrong. It's cider.
We're talking about this thing like creating change, and you know, part of the trip that No Simple Road has been on is like going to shows and being a part of this community and seeing the people that are in it and knowing that there's so much good that can be done with that, right?
So much.
And that connecting the people to the artists and the artists to the people, being like a center point for that thing,
The bridge.
and creating dialogue between that, right?
Well put. Dialogue, understanding.
Yeah. I'm just curious, man, what your like overarching view or idea is of when you go, when one goes to a show, what is the purpose of that thing beyond having fun?
Communication.
Oh.
On between the stage and your ears, or between anybody you're standing next to, or about anybody you may or may not know. It's gathering. It's all about a tribal gathering. This music thing we love so much is put everybody in the same room and go, hey, you feel all that? That's all they've ever done. Go. You've been to Mesa Verde lately? You've been to Stonehenge lately? I mean, I think that's the way it works. Whether or not they had Martin guitars and they played in E flat, I do not know, but I bet you they played in some kind of flat key when you're banging on rocks and sticks and you're wearing animal skins. It's all there. It's the gathering. We've just gotten more sophisticated and civilized.
And also more technical. So psychedelics
Way more.
Psychedelics and the amount of people that are there. So what you're talking about, we've been saying that too, is that the modern day concert, a jam concert or whatever, any is the modern day equivalent to dancing around the fire with the shaman, and the musicians are the shaman. And,
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
And you know, there was only the tribe. There was only a small number of people. We're talking about 40, 50,000 people sometimes now.
Yeah,
That's a lot of energy.
We need to get all of these people in the same zone. You know, not just the tribe, but everybody. Bring everybody in to our situation so we can prove that we can be trusted.
How do we do that?
Proof that we can be trusted, Burle.
Just say the right things to people. You can't go out real far. You got to keep it close, like groundwater, air. Maybe not so much concrete that we drive on, but everything, because we have to do that now. We're not going backwards. All we have to do is take control of a few things that we need to take control of.
Right.
And it's a good way to look at the basic thing, the water you drink. Try that. Start right there. And then you'll follow it all the way back to where the problem is. Look where we are in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. I just was told that there was 1 million fish smoked by the heat and the problems that are ecologically driven right now in our river systems. Oh, we got to drink that water? Oh, maybe not, huh? Oh, I don't know. You tell me. Did I say that?
That was Shorty.
Dang.
Shorty said that.
He did.
Oh, Shorty snuck his way in.
He's in this closet right over there. Come on, buddy. You can tell me. You can pop out. I won't tell your dad you're hanging out with hippies in Portland.
So we're about to do something really special together, man. We're about to
Communicate.
Communicate Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, yeah. How are we going to do that?
I don't know. We're gonna have Darwin show up. He's gonna take care of it for us.
That's good because that's right. I can speak Darwin.
I can too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people that come over here can speak Darwin.
My specialty is knucklehead, though.
Yeah, he's a knucklehead.
Well, Burle, it is going to be very exciting after this meeting to see you and Scott on and whatever else you have going on that we can or cannot confirm. I'm so excited.
Thank you. We are really excited to use this time. I told you cats before that when I first saw Horning's hideout, the first person I looked at was Scott Law. Literally, the door of the van opened up, and it was Burle and Scott for the next 2 hours jamming songs. So this to me, what you're going to see and what we did yesterday as we laughed our way through our rehearsal. Did I say that? But I'm trying to be politically correct because all the people that I work with tell me to say yes to everything now.
Right.
I mean, if I wanted to go ski Kilimanjaro, I would, I'd say yes, yes. They told me to say yes. Ski? Yeah. I can't even spell Kilimanjaro.
Right.
But I'm supposed to say yes.
So,
yes.
What is it with Summit that kept you coming back all these years and doing the thing, man? What? Because there's a lot of bluegrass festivals out there. There's a lot of choices. You know what I mean? Why? What was it that hooked you with this one?
Family.
That's it.
Sorry, I didn't want to steal your answer, but I just felt that.
I'm glad you said it because we don't have to talk about it. Everybody knows it comes out, and that's what's important. It's like people look at each other and go, "Oh yeah, check. We're on this. We got this." And we're all hanging around doing the same thing. That's the family aspect I like. And when you count on somebody, you trust them? Not that word again. So that's what I love about the Northwest String Summit. For so many years, it has been a pro upfront deal, and it's worth going to, not just from the musician's point of view, but for what everybody in the organization stands for.
Aww.
That's why I'm sitting here right now talking with you guys, because
nobody says that, Burle. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yes, it's super important, and look at the level it is delivered to you. I mean, we're just sitting here, just yakking it up, and having some fun and talking the truth.
Yes.
Oh, holy mackerel! That word again. Trust, truth, delivery, and then pride in what you're doing is very important as well. Just don't do it as a job. Do it because you love to do it, and you're going to have to turn it over to somebody so they can do it too.
What?
To keep it going.
Oh shit!
I'm turning over my role this. You know how important this is for me to be here at this point when everything has just shifted? It's time for me to step aside and be the nutball songwriter that I am. Not the guy who barbecues all the meat and entertains everybody with my freaking plumbing jokes. This is about continuing all this for our kids, your kids,
it's the legacy.
we're going for. And let me tell you, these guys, these String Summit dudes, they are all about that too.
Why did it take so long, man?
It hasn't yet. We're still doing our own lifetime at the String Summit. We're building it every day. Tomorrow we start at 6 a.m. to rebuild what we created 20 years ago.
No.
Whoa.
I mean for you to step into your role as a nutball songwriter.
Oh, wait. I think they got me a funny package over at the office. I don't know. Oh, wait. Did I? No, I didn't. No, it's time for me. I was told not long ago by a young man from Georgia who I greatly admire, and he looked at me and said, "You're not going to be able to work forever." And I looked right at him and went, "Oh, really?" And guess what? Guess who was right? Not the old man that said, "Oh, really?" Right. It was the young guy who's going to come to that same position one day, and he's going to look back at the other dude trying to come in underneath him and go, and he's going to get told the same thing, and he's going to say the exact thing that I said. "Oh, really?" That's what he's going to say. And you know what? The guy after that's going to do the same thing. So it's time for us to keep it. We're picking up the ball and we're rolling it again, guys. So get this out.
We don't get to keep it. This is another saying from my famous mom sayings. You don't raise your children for yourselves. And she just always instilled that. That was like her, rule was like, you didn't have to like what I'm doing. You didn't have to like how I was, but it's not for me. It's for whoever happens to come upon you and meet you and whatever.
Yeah. They're just there to spend your money.
You know what, Burl? Everybody spends it. That money thing. It's crazy. Everybody spends it.
Honey. That's why I like the word honey, because it reminds me of money. This is not any fun. I just have to let you know.
No, we're bored too.
Darwin's so bored he fell asleep.
I gotta tell you, man, like when Sky told us that we were gonna be talking to you, I was like, holy shit, this is the guy that everybody should know his name. Like,
can I think that out for a second? Let me say the guys we don't want them to know.
Yeah, no shit.
But hang on, I'll get right back to you.
There's always a caveat.
The people that listen to this show have been jamming to your music, whether they knew it or not, for a lot of years, man.
Wow, thank you for bringing that to light to me, to me, because as much as I see is what I do, I guess I don't keep it on the same level as other people do. I kind of take it as what I do. I drive around in trucks and do this stuff. I sing to myself. I do all kinds of crazy things that would deem me maybe a little bit incapable. But ding dang, I can write your song and we can arrange it and sing it and play it. But some of the other stuff now, for all the people that believe in what I've done over the years, I really appreciate it and greatly admire the people for admiring my work. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It ain't nothing.
It's not nothing.
It really ain't nothing.
Think about this, man. Just like you're gonna be like, no, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
No, I say yes now.
Oh yeah, that's yes,
cool.
man.
All right.
How many times do you want me to say it for? Yes, but
if you think about the Grateful Dead world, like Robert Hunter was such a prolific, incredibly intense wordsmith. I would dare to say that you are the Robert Hunter of this scene.
Wow. Okay,
Have you ever heard it put like that?
In a funny way, I will thank you for appreciating that, because that man, thank you. I appreciate what you said. That guy's one of my heroes. I have to tell you that this all started for me when you asked me, when I had kind of got on my path through this musical world that I have so been sucked into, or maybe even created for myself.
Vortex.
The vortex that I've created and am in myself. That when I was 19 years old, living in Boulder, Colorado with my dad, and I walked down and saw Robert Hunter play a 12-string guitar for $1. What? Yeah. I was in the 70s, and he came to Boulder and played the Blue Note, and I was there in the crowd with some other hippies, and all we could think about was, oh, wow. Man, it was like Moses. It was on the stage.
Yeah.
He was playing a 12-string guitar in Colorado after he got off some plane or somewhere or whatever. However that show worked out or whatever's going on. But that poor guitar didn't stay in tune pretty good for old Bob Hunter. But I'll tell you what, it cured me right there. And when he played the Lady of the Fan thing on that 12-string guitar, just sang the words, that was the end of Burle. I was a new guy. I just went off and chased songs, and just like Bob Hunter did. But Gordon Lightfoot did that to me. A bunch of people did that to me. I can't even name them all, but he was one of the ones. Because then tying that to the Grateful Dead and seeing the guitar and the guy sing it, because I knew what Terrapin was. I'd heard it. I saw the Dead at Red Rocks in the 70s. I saw those shows. When I saw him play it as a songwriter with a guitar, I went, aha, look at there. It had to come from somewhere.
That's where it came from.
That's it. That's the bloodline right there. And that's look what I do. It's almost identical.
So check this out, man. Think about this. Like, Buddhist monks have the transmission. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, the Buddhist master will put his hands on the student and transmit the lineage to the student, right?
Dig it.
Same fucking thing, man. Same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You go see Hunter and you get cracked open like that.
Yeah.
That energy is in your DNA. That's part of you. And I've only known you a couple of hours, man. But from what I can see, you are the kind of person that takes something and fucking goes. And
at least the bad parts.
Yeah. And thanks, man. Like, for real, thanks.
I gotta say something else that I would compare you with Robert Hunter and stuff too, is like everybody always says about him. One thing that was so magical about him is what he wrote. The lyric, they're timeless. It's not a song based on the 70s or the 80s or it reaches beyond time and everything, and you're creating the same thing. It jumps generations as well as bringing generations together, which is a special thing. Another person that does that, we were talking about earlier, who is like the godfather of everything, like Willie Nelson. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my uncles, my young nephew, everybody loves that man because it's timeless and it fucking is family and it's the heart.
And the casual Grateful Dead fan may think that the Grateful Dead wrote those songs. Same with the casual Yonder Mountain String Band fan.
No way.
Yeah, way.
We're having the underlying ghostwriter over here.
Yeah. Well, they're not checking on the right Google account or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but a lot of people don't bother to listen. They just hear a great song and they love it.
That's true.
They associate it with whoever sung it.
Correct. Yeah. That's exactly right. It takes you got to go in the parentheses.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you about what you just said is it's a hard breath to take right now, but I'm going to deliver the goods for you. It's our life's work.
Yes, it is.
We don't know why, but we can't stop. And it's whether it becomes a legacy or not, it's still our life's work. And I'm glad that everybody gives it the nod. I tell you what, to sit here with you guys, I am blown away. And I want everybody to know that about these cats. They know what to talk about, and they know what they're doing. And they are fans, and they understand.
Aw.
Thank you, Burle.
You know what it is? It's we're freaking fans of you. You're doing life dope.
Yeah.
You're doing it good, and you're doing it like all. That's
getting the marrow out
inspiring to see. It's an energetic force to be around. And the least we can do is provide you with a nice view while we hang out and chat. You know what I'm saying?
Holy mackerel, I love you guys.
Right? No, for real though, Burle. This is insane. It really,
You know,
when they're putting it in those terms of a hunter or whatever, I don't want to bring it back there again. You stand on your own 2 feet. You really do.
Yeah, I was just.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And I know. I understand.
I get the correlation. I get it. I understand it. I've been asked questions about that before, and it's coming back around this way because I'm pretty visible right now in what I'm doing and where I've been for the last couple of years. People have seen me with some of my friends from the infamous String Dusters, who I adore and love their music, and I can't thank them enough for their belief in what I have done. But I know what's going on out there, and you guys are just laying it down, boy. I'm driving the bus right in the garage on this, and it's going to take care of all of us because that's what we want.
That's exactly what the
have
family.
A good time with the family.
And I'm gonna tell you something, just man to man. Like, a thing,
Shorty,
dude.
Shorty, get out here.
Seriously,
Shorty.
Like, I'm gonna get partying the way that we've partied
I'm gonna
over
get
the years.
sued.
Yeah.
We got your back, Burl. Apple's dad's an attorney.
Tell him to call my lawyer, Shorty.
No, partying the way that we've partied over the years, and the last few years actually pretty hard. There have been times when I've doubted that or wondered if what we're doing is a sustainable thing for me personally, like for my sanity, my head.
Ooh.
Right?
Checkola.
And meeting you.
You ready to check yourself in or what?
No.
That's it. This is the last one, Burl.
My friend, the opposite.
Exactly. Yes. The opposite.
I'm sorry. Do we need to retake that?
It's gonna be okay.
This is perfect.
It gave me. Like I'm like fuck. It can be done. So
it can be done, and it's getting time to put the pedal to the metal. There, like like yeah, you're very inspirational.
A lot of
this
pedals.
Meeting with you today. It's like
I'm gonna write a song about it.
We've been talking about this a lot lately through this whole pandemic thing and everything. We were talking about earlier on the porch, like the time for bullshitting and doubting and all these things that come into life because of usually what society puts on us and shit. That time's over. It's like time to go. It's go time. It's game time. We just came out of this shit. You said it earlier. Everybody's got the afterburners on. It's time to shake shit up and change shit.
We are going to do that. That's why we're here. All four of us right now. And Darwin.
We can't exclude Darwin.
And Darwin.
He cries if he's
Darwin's
left out.
an OG. He's an original member of this.
The next time you guys want to do a podcast, I want Darwin to have headphones.
He will wear it. He's the type of dog you can put him on.
So
he
I can
can sit
talk
there
to
and
him
smile at you.
Because we got stuff to talk about while you guys are discussing world problems. Right, buddy?
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, I want to come visit you at the ranch in Durango.
Yeah,
right. Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh.
It's even closer than that, buddy. Yeah. Wait till you get a load of that Great Pyrenees. You know why they call them Great Pyrenees?
Darwin. No, I can't think of a better backdrop, setting.
Oh, hell
group
yeah.
of people, situation, place for us to make our return to our tribe.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Dig it.
Me too.
So when do we light the fuse?
Right now.
It's been lit.
It's been lit.
Good. I can't wait for this stuff to blow up.
I think it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow up Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the following Tuesday and Wednesday.
I haven't wanted to. I just like, can I go to bed at 6 o'clock so we can hurry up and get to Tuesday already? Like,
oh yeah. Hey, I got a question for you guys when we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Done. Okay.
Stick a fork in me.
Let's just say thank you, Burl.
Yeah.
Thanks
Burl.
for gracing us.
You guys
with your
cannot
presence.
move. You cannot move.
Okay, wait. I want to say one thing to everybody out there. Check this out. What you just heard is the end of our conversation. What you're going to hear now is the beginning of our conversation. So we were out on the porch and we recorded almost 2 hours worth of stuff. And I came in here and gave it a listen before Burl left. And some of it has some wind noise in it. And
That'd be me.
and I just Burle is
Not that kind of wind, though.
is the type of guest that I didn't want to besmirch his good name with wind noise.
Besmirch. That's a great word.
So check it out. I'm going to edit down our 2-hour conversation. You guys are going to hear that in part, not in total. And you will be a fly on the wall with Benny Burle Galloway and the No Simple Road crew on the actual porch. So sit back, relax, and listen to the parts of this conversation. And get ready to go to school because this gentleman has some knowledge.
Ooh.
We love you guys. Check this out.
Yep, for Green Sky and everything as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're making a big old mess.
Okay.
We're making a big mess, man. There's some interesting things that are going on, and I'm glad to be here for that long because I really like it here. And so we're gonna be over at Matt and Sarah's, and then I got a 25, 30 tunes I'm working on right now for just various people and myself. Like I'm just working on this thing and I'm getting ready to present because then I'm going. Where do I go after that? Oh, I do a thing with Kyle Tuttle and me and Robin Davis and this gal Melissa and Todd Livingston, but he might be on his way to England at that point. But I'm doing another set of shows, but not until October.
Oh, okay. So you got
after the Green Sky shows, it's to Nashville?
No, I'm going to go to Kalispell first, I think, and do the Montana thing, and then come back to Denver because I got Sky's car, and then I'm flying to Nashville. Or I'm driving or something, or we're going, somebody's driving with me. We're going to go.
Teleporting.
You're getting there.
Yeah, I still got the peyote, but I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, that one's not really I got to be out in the middle of nowhere if I even try that again. That's what we did.
That's one of the few psychedelics I've never done.
It's fun, man. Makes you drink so much beer you couldn't believe it.
I've never heard that. That's
yeah, after everything gets straightened out and you kind of get a trajectory and you're like, oh, okay. Boy, you get kind of thirsty.
Well, it's one we've always wanted to try, like growing up down in Vegas and everything. It was around here and there.
Let's see if I can't round you some up. What we used to do is scratch them off with a razor blade. Scratch the, they look like marbles, and then you scratch them, hold them with the pliers, and we scratch them off, and then they put them in a food processor, and then they blend them, but get that hard stuff on the outside off and throw it away. You waste half of it, but you don't have to.
And then it turns into like a pulp.
It's kind of like sawdust almost, a sawdust with wood. It's almost like wood and sawdust.
fibrous.
Yeah, fibrous, and then drop it in the machine, blaze it down to a powder, and then 2 of those in the morning, and then you like go somewhere. Don't be around anybody. just go somewhere. Get ready to go somewhere.
Yeah.
We used to go skiing, or we get on the snowmobiles and just. We were gone, man. So much fucking fun.
Holy shit.
Middle of nowhere.
I couldn't imagine on snowmobiles.
Oh.
I drove snowmobiles a few times sober.
On a lake?
And that's
on a frozen lake?
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Serious.
It's like glass.
It's kind of like hippie cowboying right there.
That's dope. That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd go to Silverjack Reservoir above Ridgeway and Telluride.
Shit, I don't have a drink. I need
And
to
just get on that frickin' thing. It was
Do you want
about
anything else?
4.5
You want to snack
miles.
on anything?
Oh, I'm good on snacks, thanks. About 4.5 miles long. And just lean on it, man. Just straight across the lake. You're just about flying.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's the closest thing to flying that I've ever done without flying.
Because you're just barely touching the ground.
You barely
That
touch it.
belt
Once
is
it gets
fucking-
to a certain point and it gets riding at the right level, and you're just like skipping right across the top because it's just, and you're just
flying across the shit. You can do 130 miles an hour, snowmobile, no fucking problem.
And there's nothing out there. You're just
Nothing.
on a frozen lake going, so there's nothing to hit.
Well, the first thing you do is you just run across the fucking thing, right? And you get your track going. And then so you just get to the other side, check everything. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Do you want to get on that track and make it deeper and hotter? Or do you just jump off at one point and just go grab powder and
Fly through powder.
And you just fly through powder. It's fucking nuts. Skiing? I quit skiing years ago. It's really...
It's tough, man. It's hard on the body as you get older. It gets a little dicey.
Yeah, I can't do it. Everybody else does it. Smashes pals.
Colorado that's another magical place.
So
we spent a little time in Telluride. Well, we were in Telluride for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
You guys were over there?
Back when we were in our 20s. I'm 52. We were 21. I was 21 when we went up there.
I wasn't even 20 yet, or 21.
We hopped in his VW bus and went up to Telluride because we had some friends staying there. We went to work the film festivals. Ended up staying a month and a half. And we just all...
Maybe that's where. Could be.
I'm going.
We got up there. We didn't know shit. We'd never been to Colorado. We'd never been to Telluride. We didn't know anything. And we got up there in the middle of the night, couldn't find our friends, and we slept in my van. And we woke up in the morning in the back of the van with icicles hanging off the inside of the fucking van.
It was like below zero. We had every bit of clothes, dirty clothes and clean clothes piled in. We were spooning. I was like holding him. We had clothes on top of us, icicles on the top of the van. We're like, well, we're here. It's morning. And then we went and found our crew and got a job. And we were going up for like a week or so. We ended up staying like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Working the film festivals.
Yeah,
every festival they had, we'd go out at night and clean everything up, ground scores, finding money and drugs everywhere and shit. We got to keep
That's
whatever
what
we
Telluride
found.
is, man. Money and drugs.
No shit, right?
Yeah, hung out the Fly Me to the Moon Saloon, hung out there like every night.
Yep, there you go. That's T-Town for you. It's a cool place. The story of Telluride is
What, doggy? Inside.
the Indians were there, and these guys came in and kicked the Indians out, and then these other guys came in and kicked those dudes out, and then the cowboys came in and kicked those dudes out, and then millionaires came in and kicked the cowboys out, right? And then the billionaires came in and kicked the millionaires out. That's the story of Telluride.
That's how it stands today.
Remember we were up there, that was early 90s.
You know, the evolution of the market.
Remember we were there, everybody was pissed off because Kevin Costner had just bought a ranch up there. And then there was like several movie stars that had bought ranches and were fucking shit up. And I remember meeting the head of the city council. He was a dude with fucking dreads all the way down his back and everything. Fucking, like it was a trip because it was like the new money coming in and like old hippie town that was kind of fighting against that. But how are you gonna fight that?
The old hippies were the city councilmen, and then now the new guard is. It's just these it keeps turning over. There's a new guard that comes up, and my people up on Peak to Peak Highway behind Denver, the kids now that are 35 years younger than me, they're just like all these old people who are sitting around. And don't take this the wrong way from me, but these kids that had grown up there and all these old people and that just won't get on with it and get jobs and create stuff, and they don't breathe my air and all this stuff, right? This is my side of the mountain, put my fence up there and a no keep out there. They're just like, you're going to die soon. That's what they say to them. And they mean it. It's like, and then, you don't want no development, but what about us kids? We want development so we can raise our families here too. Yeah, you can't tear them trees down. It's like you get plenty of damn trees, man. So it's a fight, the old guard and the new guard all the time. Especially in the mountains. Don't breathe my air. It's my part of the mountain. Kind of a redneck kind of thing, but that happens everywhere.
Yeah, protecting your shit. I mean that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, you're just protecting your livelihood.
Yeah.
There's so much magic.
You're just trying to work the land just like everybody else. And my mom wants to put a restaurant there. It's like, it's America. She can do it. One of the big ones was a ski area. It had to do with a big ski area. Wanted to buy this little town. And they went, oh no. And everybody just went, oh my God. We would have all been millionaires. And
it would have benefited everyone. The roads would have been better. Everything. The schools would have been better. More schools. But yeah, that's just the way it goes these days. But go for quality. If you're going to go for quantity, go for quality too. Get your education. Get the kids an education. And if it takes tax base to do it, of course, put a ski area in. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it right. Quality. Do it right.
And let it thrive.
Yeah, because they got to make money, man. Got to make money.
That seems to be the name of the game these days. Making the money.
It's always about it.
Yeah, always has been. That's...
So are we done with the podcast now?
We're done.
I'll get the peyote.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we all need a good laugh.
Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Enjoy life, enjoy each other, be kind, fucking stop all the bullshit.
I think that should be the slogan for 2021. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with the show.
I concur. Get on with the show. Just be careful. Just don't do nothing stupid.
But hasn't that always been like that? Don't do nothing stupid? Like,
Try not to.
No.
Sometimes being stupid's fun.
yeah.
You push your boundaries and... But I don't know right now with everything coming back, like we've been talking, like watching the string cheese shows up in Red Rock. It's just great, not just the bands. It's great to see the crews back at work. You see all the lighting, you see all the people running around, they're smiling, and the industry's like coming back. It was just shut down and fucked so many people.
A lot of people made the most of it. You know,
Yeah.
They said they figured out that it was the best thing. You know, wow, I never thought that could work out. And it just launched people into a new trajectory. And now it's all coming back together. And they got the afterburners on now. And they're barely started, right? It's kind of would be... I mean,
That's like most people we've talked to through this and everything. At first it was a little weird, the first couple of months, and nobody knew, but then everybody kind of hunkered down and it's been writing more material and doing, everybody hunkered down, did their craft, and they're ready to, like you said, the afterburners are on.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
This show on Tuesday is our first show back since May.
To witness an event?
An event. This is it.
Really?
Yep.
I played through the whole time, pretty much. I did a shitload of events.
Dang.
Were you like
Controlled events. I was
bluegrass and
I was like I was the space monkey on that. I was going in between.
Okay.
I did 5 shows at Planet Bluegrass. I was the guest for 5 shows. Then I went over to Brevard a couple, 3 times and worked with Travis 2 or 3 different times. Went and worked in Atlanta 3 or 4 different times. Went to Knoxville and worked two times. Went back to Brevard and worked again. Went to Asheville and played. And everything was
distance.
Everything was whatever it was. It was the airport that was the weirdness. And at that point, everybody's chugging the sanitizer and shit. I'm going, yeah, whatever, we'll do it. So I was doing it. It's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, I'm an old man. I'll do it, but I'm just here to play the music, man. That's all. I'm not here to play talk.
I know how to play along.
That's all. It's like, I'll do what you do. And I learned that finally. Well, I've always tried to be a hair humble about it, but in Georgia, when I ran a venue, the law is show me your ID. If you want liquor, you have to. Whether you're 21 or not, you do, and you do, and you do too. I would say, ma'am, could I please see you? I'd say, you and you, get them out. Not really.
Why, thank you.
But you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. It's the law, okay, if you're going to deal with that kind of shit. So, I would say, to these old, it's like, the law. It's like, please present me your ID. We're trying to do business here. So, and everybody it's just concur. Yeah, there you go. You got nothing to hide. Thanks. So, everybody just behave and calm down. We can get to this music thing.
Wait, man.
I can't wait to see you guys there.
It's gonna be so much fucking fun.
Wow.
It's
You'll be there Tuesday as well, I can imagine.
I'll be there tomorrow at 6 in the morning.
Okay.
Dang. Okay.
I'm driving 5 trailers over. Between 3 of us, we're driving 5 RVs out to the site. So
Between 3 of us, we're driving 5.
Well, you straddle them.
Oh, okay.
Drive one a block, get out, run back, get the other one, go another block.
I'm getting a ride back. I'm not messing with any of it. No, we have to go get 5 of them because we can't. Nobody can stay on site. No, we're canning out of the hotel. You know, so there's going to be 5 of them lined up for the production team, and then we'll keep one in the back, and they're going to set up a stage. The part of the festival that I truly enjoy is when you go there and nothing's there, and then you go, and 5,000 people show up, and you go, what the hell happened? That's kind of fun. And then coming out the back end when they're all gone, what happened? Those are the times that I like. The stuff in the middle it's all just a blur, really.
Yeah, we know about that part.
You know?
The blur part we know about.
It's like, where did that come? It's amazing.
Well, it's like seeing a city come together. A little tiny city come together. Just
Well, and the music never stops with that. When we went out there, I stayed up for 50 hours. When we were talking to Vince the other day, I was like, we were talking to Chris Pandolfi. And I would talk about String Summit, and I was like, that's the first festival. I mean, because we've been to lots of other festivals and stuff, but that one, I was afraid I was going to miss something.
They said 90 hours of music in 4 days or something.
Yeah, they were playing all night long and all day, there'd be a lull in the mornings. Everybody kind of crawl in their tent for a minute or something and pull their shit together. But I was up, I can't remember being up that long since I was like on drugs as a kid, bad drugs, coke, meth, dumb things, kept you up.
Dumb things to keep you up.
Yeah.
That's
liquor,
well put
weed,
there.
Okay, yeah, just dumb things to keep you up. This was
with a little more intention.
Yeah, and when he said that, he's like, as a musician, it's the same thing. You don't want to miss jumping on stage. You don't know who's jumping on stage with who and what the fuck's going to go down. If you go to bed, you're gonna miss that.
It's pretty much around every corner. There is some other vibe that's going to take you down some other zone to where something else is going to lead you to another place.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. That's exactly it.
And there's places you can't even get to. Have you been all the way to I'm not saying this is what you want to do.
Okay.
But that thing, when it was rolling, you just kept going over the top there where that turtle thing was and around.
Okay.
So when you come off the stage, it dropped down. There's a bunch of the toilets right there. And there's a lot of dust and hippies hanging out right there. And if you keep going down that road and you just keep freaking going, keep going. Them hippies get tied up down in there, and they build these cities, and they got drum circles and stuff down there. It's a whole nother world down in that lower, whatever they call that.
So her and I, on the Saturday night last time, we went where you're talking about, but before, where the stage is down there, that
the Cascades down in the
stage.
hole, it goes like this down to get to it.
Yeah. And we saw the Rumpke Mountain Boys play. So check this out.
That was the one thing I missed the whole time.
It turned into a bayou swamp.
Dude,
down there.
That was the most psychedelic shit I've ever seen. Those Rumpke Mountain Boys tore that shit up.
Those knuckleheads.
I'm talking about tore that shit up. I felt like I fucking transported somewhere. I don't know what happened.
Felt like we were in the bayou in like Louisiana or Florida or somewhere, just like it was a fucking trip, man. And then you walk out there and there's lights twinkling, a girl wearing fucking rainbow hair.
Alice in Wonderland.
But a minute ago you were in the fucking swamp with the Rumpke Mountain Boys. Like, I know what you mean about
those
different places. And then when the Shook Twins played at that same stage, and that place turned into something completely different.
It was like a fairyland thing when they played. Like, it was like twinkling.
It was fairyland. Mm-hmm. Trust me. I'm telling you, that whole situation at the Northwest String Summit is just, I'll never forget it the first time.
I'll never forget it either.
Were you involved in the first ones?
The one at Dexter Lake, I was not. That was the first one.
Okay.
There was Dexter Lake.
Okay.
You know where that is?
No.
It's south of town. It's down Yonder way, and then it's up on a park. There's a park up there in a lake.
Okay.
That was Dexter Lake. Then that dude, the way I understand this, because my boss is the dude who is in on all of it. They said, we need to bring it somewhere else. So they knew this place, Hornings, Hideout. Then they brought it there. That would be year 2.
Okay.
No, wait. Yeah, okay, so it's getting ready to be year 2. First it's at the lake, year 2's at Hornings. Same dude or setup. He went in deep, from what I understand. That was the end of that. They bought it the next year. And that's when I showed up on the scene.
Okay.
And they went, yeah, and then they went.
So you actually laid the foundation for this, basically. Helped.
Yes, a lot of the mechanical. These guys, at that time in my life, I was running a plumbing shop, and all kinds of crazy employment things that I was doing. So doing mechanical work like that, and organizing setups, and doing production work is right up my alley. That's whether I do this or this or this, whatever I do, this here is what I really do.
Right.
The mechanics. And then so I got in the band with them at the bus. Well, we played at Telluride, Salt Lake, and then we wound up at Hornings. Then they said, man, you're going to flip when you see Hornings Hideout. So I'm like, all right, lay it on me, boys. And away we go. Out into the Oregon wilderness.
No shit, right?
Yeah, the engineer dude and these hippie kids who are exploding on the scene. And I'm going, what am I doing in this freaking bus with these guys? We show up at Hornings Hideout. Well, we ain't there yet. We're there, but we got to park the bus because the bus ain't going down in there yet. Right. We're taking bands down there, so all the boys have been on tour. We've been playing. I ain't sleeping in no hotel room. Get me that festival now. They load me up and away I go. I got a guitar and a backpack, and I'm like, weed. I'm like, I'm going to go see this fucking place. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because when you see this on Wednesday, you will witness it. The van goes to the bottom. We drive way the hell up into there. The van goes down to the bottom. I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah. We get to right over the office. The van stops. And I look at this red barn. And they're like, Burle, what do you think? And I open the fucking door and I look. And this guy says, Burle? And I go, Scott? And he goes, let's pick. Scott Law. Oh, shit. His wife runs
Hornings?
Sky's Festival. Oh. He was there with her. We look at each other. My guitar's sitting right next to me. All of Sky's lieutenants pile out. And I go, let's pick. We walked 10 feet. He grabbed his guitar. We sat under a tree for 2 hours and we didn't move. People are walking by going, what the? Aww. Me and the guy that you're going to see on stage. And we laughed about that.
He's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we seen him.
We saw him at the Goodfoot with Ross.
And then we see him with somebody else. Yeah, when him and Ross were playing the Goodfoot, a little basement over here.
The place with the pink. Mm-hmm. The place with the pink curtains.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Little dank cellar, which has amazing shows.
Yeah. We've had a few nights in that place. Mm-hmm. I like that neighborhood.
So getting to see that thing become what it is now, it's got to be crazy to.
Yeah, man. But my cider's broke, bro.
It fell apart.
My cider's broke.
It's got to be crazy to see what it's become.
Truly, Aaron. Truly,
right.
It's a success story, and you know what it's all about: mechanics, understanding, and belief.
A lot of that. Yeah, because these guys knew their music. Once they hit a certain level, once they had gotten up so far with all their knowledge, hard work, drive as young guys. But
You're talking Yonder.
I'm talking about the people surrounding that thing.
Okay.
That machine.
All right.
Okay.
Those guys, the music is one thing, and the machine that pushes it up the hill is something entirely different. And when the machine clicked, boom! Yonder Mountain String Band and Northwest String Summit. Everybody got up on the freaking waves at the same time, and they were riding. And they became known as the place to go, get your music heard, played, meet the buddies, eat the killer food, and have a blast.
When we walked in that place, man, like, we had just moved up here a couple of years before, and I've been to all kinds of concerts, man. I've seen all kinds of shit. And it blew my mind. Like, not just the land, because the land is beautiful, but like the feeling of it, of that like family feeling. I was like, I've been fucking looking for this my whole life. Yes,
you found it for sure. Yeah. The guys that run that operation are great.
I don't think this one has a hole in it.
Okay, you're on track. You're on track. Part of why we're sitting here is because our affiliation and my affiliation as a family member. Not my music is one thing, but if Sky was going to do it, this would be my conjecture, please.
Right.
But if Sky was going to do some interview like this, like he'd be like, "Burl, go do the interview." You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So I can. His stuff is in that office. My stuff is in the dirt with the buddies as we dig, as we build, and as we talk to the people and get dirty. That was my job, was to get dirty at the String Summit.
So let me ask you a strange question, man. Was it intentional for people to feel like that when they came there from the get-go? Was that what you were building?
Oh, as soon as I stepped out of the van. No. As soon as... Let's back up.
Okay, backing up.
I work with this band, Yonder, and they go, Burl, when you hit the String Summit, and they're like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so far, what I'd seen out of them boys was all kinds of crazy, true, amazing music and shit. We'll just put shit in parentheses.
Okay.
When I got there, I knew what to expect and went, hell yeah, because they told me what to expect. And they were kind of winking like, and then everybody goes, Burl, can you? And I'm like, oh yeah. So we started next year. So I built a whole food program for the famous after party, to where I brought in my lieutenant, who is in Durango with me. His mother has been working for United Airlines since 1956.
What?
So we would fly him in, and he'd be my lieutenant, and all the buddies from Durango would come, and we built this food program. And it went from in people, about 48, which in parentheses, I'm doing this weekend, Wednesday, about 48. It went from 48 to 420.
Over what period?
Not long. 2 years. It went from 40 to 275 to 3 something to 4, and it stayed at 4 something for years. And then it would go down to 2. They were like, 2. And I'm like, and the whole time I was like, bro, it's your tune. Get up there. I'm like, okay. Off comes the apron. Play a set. Play a late night set. Burl, go cook. 450 people. Burl, pick. Literally, that's what the Northwest String Summit was to me.
You seem like that's your element.
Oh my God!
Like you would be firing on all cylinders.
All cylinders and more.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
It's you're covering so much ground, and it's so much fun, and you got to get golf carts and crap and do the right amount of drugs at every angle to get whatever you're trying to.
Strategic.
You got to be.
Yeah, we learned that real quick.
Yeah.
You got to be strategic.
Yeah, we learned right away. It's like, okay, we need to pace ourselves and take care of ourselves and have fun, all like balancing everything so you don't overdo it.
And don't underdo it.
Yeah.
You don't want to underdo it.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I tell you from
We can stop it if you want.
No, I want you to record it, so because I want you to archive it, but I don't want you to publish it until I either die or I tell you can.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Starting now.
Got it.
Perfect.
There's a couple of people that know that, but they have long either forgotten it or will never.
Or just tuck
There's just people who don't know, the antics that actually, I only know a small part of it.
And one of the members of that story aren't with us anymore.
I think it was the guy I was with.
Right.
I can't recall.
It's too many memories.
Too many people.
I mean, you must have so many memories. My goodness.
Oh, yes, of course. That's why I write them down. We name them different things and give them different keys, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just an editor, really. I just love to write in the book and create stuff and then watch guys grab it and make music out of it. Holy mackerel. I feed them certain parts of it and then they're gone doing something else with it. I really like that.
So one of the things that I always before we started doing this and talking to the musicians, I was always wonder what it feels like to be on that stage and to feel that energy coming at you and feel the crowd cheering and know that they're cheering for your music. But it's got to be something completely different to be standing in the crowd and see them playing your fucking song, and it's like a whole other level of that.
It's affirm.
Right.
It's why I do it. It's what I think living in the parentheses is, and it's a level of belief that they will get behind what you have just pulled down into the air and went like this. Jedi mind trick fairy dust. And they're like, I'll take it. And they're gone. It's kind of like dope. And then I do. It's just, this is full of just what you have heard over.
Right.
You wouldn't believe what's in this. And it's what you're saying. It's visual to me. It's not audio to me at all.
What?
It's not audio to me at all.
You see it as
I see it as lyrics on a sheet, and the way that I wrote it, and the way that I move things around, and it's my mechanical process that I see, so I can close my eyes and go, I remember when I was writing this, and I was writing it with a red pen like this, and then boom, the music hits me. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that real good. It's real visual.
What is it? What is that?
Photographic memory, maybe. People have always said, man, how do you remember? People just say, Burle, play that, and you bang, and you play it. And I'm like, I don't know how I do it. But a lot of times I can't, but a lot of times I can.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I bet you it's 50-50. But in a catalog like mine, that's a lot of guessing. Because I don't play this stuff every day like I should. I have been lately. I need to get in practice because it's very serious right now for me.
Yeah.
I don't sit around and go, yeah, let me write songs. Shit, I usually working on a house or plumbing or taking care of my grandkids or something.
Yeah.
Real life. When did you start writing? Like, how old were you when you first started writing? Picked
Oh,
up a pen and
15 years old.
15.
Yeah, I bought a nitty-gritty dirt
You're
band.
seeing it like that?
Oh yeah, I've been seeing it like that a long time. Except I wrote in script once. I wrote in script for a while because I was a student. Then I printed sideways, and then when I got to start working in a bigger format like blueprints and stuff like that, I started writing straight up and square. Everything I do is square, but I write square all kinds of different places. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what you got. Sometimes visuals help, but I'm working on some new tunes. But even the book, I write in black and white. But this is a chart. This would be a chart that I would use. And you look at that, and nobody would know what the son of a, So it's real square.
That's algebra or something.
It looks like a blue.
It looks like a blueprint.
It looks like blueprint.
schematic.
It's for when I have to play a bass line that somebody that I have to really look at. But if you see, I write straight up and down all the time. Everything's really square. I don't use any kind of script anywhere. It's all printed. It can be caps or not, but everything is pretty much the same. And this is just what I do on all these songs. You may or may not have heard, but the guy in Nashville has them. That's what this is a sketch for all that. But that's what I do.
Wow.
They're just tunes everywhere.
Tequila's my friend.
Good one indeed.
Tequila's why I'm telling this story. It's just a matter of fact, but for sure, like, I can't laugh. You don't cry, so don't worry. Tequila's why I'm telling this story. Yeah, that one got cut. I want George Strait to sing that. But so see that? I mean, I just fill these things up and just blaze through.
How many notebooks do you think there are laying around?
A lucky man.
Hundreds and hundreds?
No, not hundreds. Probably 15.
Okay.
But then a whole nother file of other stuff. So that's kind of the deal.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm working with all kinds of good material. I'm glad you guys could come watch.
Yeah, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's gonna be
We wouldn't miss this.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for us. I mean...
Yeah, good. It's going to be a great picnic. That's what I've been saying. It's going to be a great picnic.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Picnic.
Yeah, bring your G chords. So yeah, awesome. I think I'll support that weed.
Yeah,
So-
smoke up.
So I'm curious, man, like, having your songs on Yonder's albums and Green Sky and all these guys that have, like, come out of this thing that you built, is it hard to stand in the background and watch all that happen?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm. No, each show, each skill, each line these people learn and sing in each direction they take is what it's just like pouring gas in the tank. I mean, the more I hear, not the more I play, the more I see my friends go and deliver and see where it came from. I want to feed them more.
Oh, shit.
Just to here. Oh, this one's for you. Here, get that one. I've written for so many people now. It's just.
Does it happen like where you have somebody in mind, or that's
yes, 50% yes
you
and
hear
no.
it in somebody's voice or something?
Mm-hmm.
Then imagine, well, and then when you do songs, do you write differently for yourself when you know it's like something you're doing for you that you're not going to give to somebody?
Not give to somebody. But if I'm writing, I'm writing. Yeah, but if I'm writing with somebody, I can write with somebody too. I have co-writes with guys and stuff. Yeah. So I can do 2 or 3, but it has to be somebody with me. I just can't sit down and get after it with somebody. I gotta almost have to feel them out and see where they're going. I just can't spray stuff out on the wall and then go, oh, try that. I mean, I don't do that.
It's coming from a deeper place than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a connection thing.
It might be they're coming from a deeper place than I want to give them my stuff. My stuff is salty. It's not real deep. I think that's the way I have to say that. It's more like not more like it's not that. It's more like ooh. I mean, I'm going for that.
Yeah.
It is not because I just want to see if I can pull it off. I think I've got it.
I think you got it.
I think I got some of them. I've had a few of the tunes really just spook some people to the point of where it physically moved them. They got up and did something. They talked to me. They went, you can't do that. I like it the other way. And I just sat there and went,
yeah, I can.
I like it the other way too. Because I really did. I pushed some stuff on some of a couple people and said, you have to listen to this. And they physically were moved in not in approval. And I purposely did it to give it more than what it needed, just to see how far I could take it.
Yeah.
everybody else is overproduced shit. So what I wanted to do was see if I couldn't produce one that was so simple and countrified and so well revered that these old people would come to me and say, "Oh my gosh, that song about your mom," and I went, "Oh, that's about my great grandma," and they would go. So then you'd see them go back
To that.
because they were older than me. They were the next generation for me. So like my mom and dad's, and then they'd go back to their grandma. That was the Civil War. So see, it was a
Bringing up, digging shit up.
kind of spooky stuff. So
The spooky stuff is fun.
that's real fun.
The spooky stuff is where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it touches places that don't
Yeah.
get touched a lot, and scratch
Yeah.
things that haven't been scratched in a long time, and
I think that's the when I go to a show, that's the part of the show that I'm looking forward to the most is the spooky part. You know what I mean? When it
I
starts
can't
getting
wait.
fucking funky and weird and spooky.
That gritty shit.
Okay, I got you one. I'll put your name on it. We'll send.
All right.
We'll send it right on over to your pod.
Fucking wait.
It'll have a bunch of anthrax and shit in it.
I'll take that shit.
Oh yeah!
Woo!
That shit, Burl.
holy shit, man.
You boys are fun. Thanks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I like the spooky stuff too, man. Although I had to, at one point, I learned a song, and it was called Butcher Boy, and I learned the tune because we did it, and then I had my daughter in November 03, 04, and then I had to quit doing the song. I couldn't do it anymore. It was too spooky for me.
Oh shit! Okay.
But it was pretty much pretty spooky.
Butcher Boy.
Yeah, it's called Butcher Boy. Yeah, go check it out. It's a super old tune too. It came over on the Mayflower. You know it did.
Okay. Deep roots.
So, like I said in the beginning, man, my entry into bluegrass was Garcia Grisman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the old tunes that they would pick out.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really understood the depth of the roots of bluegrass, and like that was truly an American thing, and like, but now it's a completely different story. And I wonder with guys like you, I mean, it kind of makes sense after getting to talk to you a little bit, hearing, you know, the cowboy and all that, and living in the mountains. What was the attraction for you to bluegrass? What drew you into it?
Leon Russell,
Okay.
because I saw him. His band was Sam Bush in the Newgrass Revival, and I loved Leon Russell. He's a great composer and stuff. I loved his songs in the 70s. I got to hear him. The Will of the Wisp, and If You Wanna, all that stuff. That was that smoky kind of funky kind of Leon thing, and he had the right haircut too, and I was like that. And then I have to tell you, boy, I looked at the TV one day and I saw J.J. Cale on the guitar with his band, and then it was the piano player's turn to go, and he goes to the microphone and goes, "Go ahead, Russell." And the camera shot, and it was Leon Russell on a riser back there, because they're both from Oklahoma. I believe they were both from Oklahoma. Okay. But he played piano. J.J. Cale, I mean, that's some greasy stuff.
Okay.
That's some good stuff, yeah. So I wanted to see Leon Russell, and I saw him at the Telluride Bluegrass Festival in the 70s. And then Sam Bush. And then that's how I found that stuff. I was into the country stuff when I was a kid, but I did not know too much of the bluegrass stuff, the East Coast, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The real deal stuff. I didn't get exposed to that.
You're talking traditional.
Yes,
bluegrass.
yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, John Hartford Duck, Norman Blake. I saw Norman. I got to do a show with Norman twice. So that was really cool. he was my hero. I was a total fan of the Rice Brothers all the time. I knew the Goodrow brothers who played with the Rice Brothers. So I was lucky. I got immersed in the fire really quick at a pretty good age. At 30 years old, I got to talk to Tony really close and just talk to him and watch him. And not that I was ever going to transpire to any of that, but just to go, wow, that is the bar right there. And you can talk to the guy. He's got a suit and he's smoking a cigarette and he's just happy.
He's a regular dude.
He's just a regular dude, man. So that really inspired me just to just do what you do. Just do what you do. Guys like Charles Sawtelle inspired me. So many people are my inspirations. So I couldn't even begin that. Vince Herman is one of my inspirations. Because his constant summation of this end product, he knows where to go to get the job done. Get the job done. And that's what you do. You start the tune. You might go through 5 or 6, but in the end, you're going to get the job done, and you're going to end, and the record's over. You're going to have to think up another tune. Get the job done. Go to the end.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part. How do you get in the end?
So how did the whole Jamgrass thing come together then?
Colonel Bruce Hampton down there, kind of. Vinny would be the guy to tell you that. I witnessed, the infusion of it into our scene,
right?
Because Vinny knew some of the guys that were into that thing. So I was into it too because I was into Jerry Jeff Walker and kind of like the country bang up band stuff, like a Rusty Weir and that country Jerry Jeff Walker, that kind of thing. Waylon, I loved Waylon. So then Vinny gets up and we all meet around a place called the Gold Hill Inn. And then the next thing you know, I'm pretty much saying that right there. There was a bunch of guys that brought stuff in, we infused. And we jammed, and we played, and we did the right drugs, too much of them, everything. We did everything. We did everything right and wrong, everything. We drove when we weren't supposed to. We were on private property when we were doing dumb things, but we were doing good things too. Yeah. We were just regular kids, but we started having family. We started having kids, so it kind of slowed me down.
Yeah.
Right.
But Vinny, he just, and now his kids, he's got one on one hand and one on the other, Colin and Silas, and they are a strong team. They believe in their pa, and I believe in them too, and we have a blast together.
That's a good human being, man.
So all this infusion of this Salmon, this Burle, this Yonder, all this crazy stuff. There's other people around Denver who played my tunes, bands you wouldn't even know. I mean, young people, because I played some bluegrass back for Denver, because it was popular back then. I could play bass and sing. People always wanted me to come by and play bass and sing with them, or whatever. Get Burle, come by, he'll come by. It's like, nah, I'm not going down to Denver. I wouldn't go down to Denver. We're going to Gold Hill. Sorry, man, gotta go. But finally we caved a little bit and said, hey, man, let's go down to Denver and party with these guys and get some gigs. So everything was a big infusion. And then, poof, I moved to Durango. I was gone. So I really went for the cowboy. I went and I was tied up at Yonder at that point. They recorded an album of mine. I started playing bass for all kinds of people in Durango. And one guy in particular, a cowboy, Greg Ryder, who, he's a dear friend. God rest your soul, son. Anyway, all of my long-haired friends and dumb kids that were running around with me decided that we liked Greg Ryder and we wanted to help him, and I started playing bass for him, and then Anders jumped in and played dobro and Robin, and we kicked this band up and we went and recorded an album for him, and I wrote a couple songs for him, and he played a lot around everywhere, and everybody always said, Burle, every time you saw Greg, he played one of your songs, Burle. And this is an old cowboy who I played bass for. I had long hair, and he loved the dope I brought in from Portland and whatnot. He'd go, Burle's in town, let's call him up for a gig. I'm like, yeah, brother. Burle, let's go on a record. Turn the reverb up. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do it. So that kind of thing.
Does it trip you out to see like how big it is now? a Yonder show, a Duster show, a Green Sky show, the production level of it.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
that's not traditional bluegrass there, man. That's an infusion of two different worlds.
Or 3 or 4 maybe,
four.
right, Aaron?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Apple, I mean, you know, and everything in between.
So where does Billy Strings land?
Oh, he has created a new music.
Yeah.
And his voice and the way he presents the vocals and delivery of the band, what can you say about the guys, all these guys who can smoke these strings? Their vocal, the way Billy sings.
To me, I mean, like, what do I know? It seems like the perfect marrying of traditional bluegrass and the Grateful Dead world. To me, that's what it feels like, that music. And the machine that you're talking about, that whole thing, because it's big behind him.
And the country, and we talked to Billy, and that boy is beyond his years. With
That
his
guy's got more than 8
upbringing.
cylinders.
He has such a respect for elders and the way things are done. And like he was talking to him, it was not like talking to a 20-something-year-old. No. It wasn't moments when he was talking about like working on his muscle car and bass fishing, but then when it came to like music and him talking about drinking and stuff, like his respect, like he said, he could call one show when he was wasted afterwards, and his father came up with his little kid that wanted an autograph and to meet Billy, and he was so fucked up, he was like, I felt like a disgrace to myself and the heritage of the music that I never did that again.
What a humble dude, right?
That.
What a humble guy. That'll keep him from the gates of hell.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, he's got mad respect. For
you can sense that from the man. He's a humble. He's got mad respect.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
I agree with what you said. It is a new kind of music.
He's done it.
And you're getting ready to do it.
Yeah. We are. We're gonna do it.
Well, and there's some bands too, like one of them, the one that really made an impression on me, I just love, and they have a different approach to it too, is the Kitchen Dwellers. Mm-hmm. The way they approach it, and they're like what they call like psychedelic grass or whatever. I forget what the moniker the Kitchen Dwellers put on their music, but they're a partying bunch that it just bring a whole different thing to it too.
Absolutely.
Lots of effects and lots of,
It's what you want as to take your piece of what is available and what you hear and where you want to go with it and create your own sound and ride.
Yeah.
That's what it's built for. Please forgive all you guys. But I think they'd understand. I was just in the cemetery over there in Nashville. And we saw Earl, we waved at Roy and Louise. We saw Louise, Jimmy Martin. It's it's made to be played, but it's also made to be taken upon yourself to go find your own voice. You're supposed to do that. They did.
Well, there's beef though? There's beef with the traditional bluegrass
of course
guys
there
and
is.
the jamgrass guys.
Of course, there always is.
What was that we talked to? Was it 12 Mile?
Oh, 12,
the ones we're talking about that they have a drummer. Mm-hmm. Like drums is not a thing in bluegrass. And some of these bands have brought drum in, and they've taken some heat from like traditional bluegrass guys. I think it was 12 Mile. I can't remember exactly who, or the
Town Mountain.
Town Mountain. Yeah, and they were talking about that. They're like, yeah, but we're doing our own thing.
But look, when you take traditional bluegrass
why can't it be everything?
And you put it together with something different, what comes out of it is Grateful Dog.
Yeah.
Grisman was traditional, technical bluegrass guy. Garcia was not. And you put those two guys together, and you got something beautiful.
Yeah,
right? So it's been going on forever.
That's one thing I wanted to ask too, because it's the young band that has made such an impression on us. We're in contact with them. You're they're from up in Boulder, Banshee Tree.
Oh,
they play all around Colorado, and they're
I don't
young.
think they're together anymore. Michelle's not in the band.
No.
Oh, really? Michelle? Okay, Michelle's the one we keep in contact the most with.
Yeah.
What a
Well, tell her I said hi, but Mel told me I don't want to spread any nasty rumors, but you guys might want to approach that.
Yeah.
and talk to Mel about it because the last I heard, Mel said she was not hanging around because they were playing together or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So there's a lead for you.
Yeah.
You can go smoke it out.
Yeah, but
Pull!
Michelle is a sweetheart of a person.
She's a hell of a drummer,
Michelle
too.
with the mad beat. That's when we met her. It was like Michelle with the mad beats.
Yeah, I got her phone number, I believe. So, met her in Gold Hill at a wedding. Yeah, she's
So tomorrow's loading in, right? Getting everything set up.
They're setting everything up. We're gonna round up. Those RVs.
And then it's just you and Scott opening the show on Wednesday night?
No. It'll be. We'll have a bass player.
Okay.
Travis will play bass.
All right.
So I think we're gonna have a guy who's gonna do a little tapping on a little kit for us, and then we're gonna have.
So it's a thing.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have Scott and me with these orange guitars.
Whoa.
And we're gonna go like this and turn the reverb up like this. All right, Scott. Okay, you guys ready? Travis, you ready? It's like, you ready? And we're gonna play 10 songs or something, or at least 7, because we might get into a little slip, especially if one of the other fellas wants to jump. I got one more. I got another slot where one more guest can come in, but we're gonna do. We're gonna plug in and make it a. Yeah, they'll be. Yeah, we're plugging them in so we can play light and play what we do. I don't play the box with the hole in it very much anymore.
Really?
Do not. Just play the electric guitar because it's easier on my shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
So what about the bass?
I empathize.
The bass is something. The bass is an entirely different animal. I'm just gonna ruin this shoulder now. Oh wait, I've already done that. So, but that's plus we're going for a different sound. It's a new world and time. It's a new sound. Travis and I have been cracking off some shows on the East Coast between Brevard and Knoxville and Atlanta. And we're called Diamond Plate. Yeah, and it's Richie Jones on drums from Atlanta, Tommy Maurer from Brevard, North Carolina on slide, Andrew Lunsford from Denver, my partner and friend, on harmonica and piano, Burl on guitar and bass, Travis on guitar and bass. So Travis and me just start moving shit around, and we just start playing different shit, all plugged in, all electric, pedals fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah.
The harmonica thing.
Oh, that's what.
The harmonica thing. People go, wow. They're like, what the fuck? It sounds like 1970s, like you know who Alan Toussaint is? Alan Toussaint, and he wrote the guys. He wrote stuff for Glenn Campbell. He's like a New Orleans guy who wrote. He's a songwriting, producing dude. I think he's done stuff with Paul McCartney. Yeah, everything in between. And people go, wow. It's he wrote Southern Nights.
Oh, okay.
So Travis and me wrote a song called
Yeah.
And Glenn Campbell recorded it. The first I heard it, it was on the radio. Glenn Campbell had recorded because it was an AM hit, or it was an FM hit.
Okay.
Glenn Campbell. And then when you searched it out and looked in the parentheses, it was Alan Toussaint.
But didn't one of the Beatles do that? Or
no, not Southern Nights.
Yeah, not Southern Nights.
Not Southern Nights. Glenn Campbell made the hit out of it.
Oh, that's how I know it's from Glenn Campbell. That was my grandpa's jam too.
Yeah.
It was
FM.
FM radio, 97.5. And then that's where I heard, and then I said, oh, Alan, and then I heard Alan Toussaint do it. And then I went floating back through I went backwards through the catalog. wound up seeing the guy once.
Let me ask you this, too, because one of my grandpa's favorites, and my stepdad, because he grew up in Paso Robles, was the Bakersfield Boys. The Owens and all that stuff, which also
Is that Buck Owens?
Buck Owens.
Absolutely.
And all that tied in with Hee Haw that became such a hit that, got a lot of them out there in front of the world and stuff. I mean, that's got a certain sound to it, too, that
Hee Haw.
Fucking Bakersfield.
Yeah, it was when they added the they said it when they added the steel. There was a sound, and when the Bakersfield took over, some kind of steel sound that was involved.
Okay.
Like they had a steel playing the crazy instead of the. It was like a lot of notes, like 8 notes or 16 notes. Live and die by the 16th note. Your life goes flying by. That's what all these jam bands do. Their life goes flying by because they play 64th notes. And that's why Travis goes, don't worry, every song Burle plays is slow. Because he can't play 64 notes because his life goes by too fast.
And his shoulders fucked up.
However, if you want him to play bass, he will burn you down. It's like, I'm not a flat pick guitar player. I don't play that kind of music. It's like, you play bass? Oh, and sing? Sure, no problem. How fast?
Holy shit. I'll tell you another name that always is in the back of my head. It was from my grandpa and stuff too. Was Mel Tillis.
Yeah.
And then when I got a little older, I went and party. A friend of mine was a roadie for Bill Graham Productions in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And he introduced me to, I didn't know who his daughter was, Pam Tillis.
Yeah.
And her band. We went and partied with them. And same thing. You talk about hard party. I thought rock and roll was like sex, drugs, rock and roll. Country bands take it to a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah.
Pam was amazing, but man, Party Animal.
Really?
Her guitar. Oh, yeah. And her guitarist. I can't remember his name.
Blaze on Ragers.
But you just talk. I mean, they were hard hitting.
That's what you call on switch.
Everything whiskey. That and some whiskey and freaking. Your night was just starting. It was like, whoo.
Mm-hmm. On switches and off switches.
Well, and you meet so many people. Me and Erin were just this morning. Mel's got to see it because she was at work this morning. Just like last weekend before.
July 3rd.
July 3rd. You were playing with the girl on the washboard, Melanie something.
Mel, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that girl's got a voice on her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she says what was the Montgomery
Angel from
Montgomery tune.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing the washboard up there. We're like, who the hell is that? There's another one.
Where was
we just discovered?
A friend of mine from Virginia, his name is Paul Sink, and he is a fine carpenter, cabinet maker dude, and a hard worker, and he built that place up, and he's been a fan of the music his whole life, which was interesting because his cousin Jed was there for that one with Jeremy that we did at his place. It's right in Boulder at 49th and Pearl. It's a parking lot, and they've turned it into such a cool place. It has all these screens and walls and carpet, and it has the best view of downtown Boulder you've ever seen. Just boom, right across all the top of the whole top of Boulder, and you're looking right at the Flatirons, And my brother lives right underneath one of them Flatirons, so it's kind of funny to see the whole expanse from that little place, and it's just a little bitty bar. It's no bigger than. It's not very big, but the outside is really cool.
Yeah, it looked really awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And Boulder's a special town. I lived in Boulder for about 6 months in '94.
I
lived up there, and I had a street bike. I had a Ninja when I moved up there, and I went riding up in the mountains all the time up there and shit.
I know. I've seen you guys before. I swear.
It's got to be somewhere, man. It's a small world.
One day we'll go. Oh yeah, I remember where I was, dude.
Yeah,
I remember where I seen you at.
So where did the term gunslingers come from with you, man? Calling Yonder and Green Sky and those guys your gunslingers.
Oh. Let's see, how do you explain that?
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic
is incredible. Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Brunstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil Story Made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
It's like the 64th notes. You know, they can empty a clip quicker than anybody.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's what. It's kind of. I mean, in the strangest of terms. I mean, I know players who play, and I know players who take it up a notch. Guys like Drew Emmett. Mm-hmm. Larry Keel.
Larry.
We still got to get him back on.
And lots of other people that I'm huge fans of, that I've known pretty much my whole career, that you guys are familiar with, to where I actually, Yonder brought me out on the road and said, "You're going to come out, quit your job, come out." And I went, "Okay, I'm quitting my job." Oh my God. Okay, so I did, and it's been it's been a hell of a ride ever since. But that's some of the things I know. Jeff Mosier, wow. Tim O'Brien, holy mackerel. And some of these gunslingers, not only players, but they do it all. They can sing, they can play, they can write. That's what I mean by gunslingers. I mean, it's just like, what job do you need done? And it means it's kind of a plumber thing with us. You know, we would call a good plumber a gunslinger.
Because he can get the job done.
Yeah, because we're slamming iron together. You know, we're not messing around with it. You know, we're getting on it. Clank, clank, clank.
Well, that's what's made such an impression on us, is the more we learn about bluegrass and like all these like string dusters and everything. Everybody does everything, like you're just talking about. They all take turns singing. The duets going on. There's all kind, and they're all writing. It's not like the old set like we grew up like rock and roll. Like you got your one.
There's
dude
a front
that writes. You got your. This is like they're all front man. They're all up there sharing. They're all toting the load together evenly and everything, and sharing it evenly. And there's no beef with that. I mean, like we talked about it. It's like, well, of course there's beef. You know, we're a bunch of dudes on the road and stuff.
Yeah. It's like, what? I don't want any mayonnaise on my sandwich.
But not like the
Get your dirty under
God damn
my
it!
bum.
Get your sandwich and let's get the fuck out of here. We gotta leave.
And the other thing too, like our Welcome to String Summit, like you're talking about, like meeting you. We're all normal people and hard work. Like I love that band, Hardworking Americans.
Yeah,
that's a phrase that kind of sums it up. Hardworking Americans, and at like String Summit, we're watching a band. Next thing we know, we're watching the next band, another band, a couple hours later, and there's the dude we just saw on stage standing next to me, fucking give me a hug, and it's like it's such a community. Once they're off stage, they're just in the crowd, they're running around, they're catching everything. They're so approachable and so humble. And so welcoming, like Sky with us. I mean, Sky didn't know us for shit. He kind of took a chance on it. Like, you guys seem cool. Yeah, we'll make you the official podcast. Come on out. Next thing we know,
shit.
We were just taking.
You know? Oh wait, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I just sent Sky an email and was like, "Hey man, I have an idea. I want to come to the festival and record the experience of coming to Northwest String Summit."
Did I not hear about this, or are we going to approach this?
No, we already
did
this. We
this.
did it in 19.
Oh, so that's how you got aligned.
That's how we ended up here with you.
You should listen to it.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
It's a two-parter capturing.
I gotcha. We'll listen to it on the way home.
You should.
And then,
it's fun.
And then we're heading home. We were so welcomed. Everybody took us in and everything. And then we're heading home afterwards, just like in the afterglow, like not knowing. Like, I mean, because this was 3 years ago. We've been doing this 4 years now, so we were pretty green. You're in, and Sky just welcomed us and that whole crew so much. We're heading home. We're like, do you think they liked us? Do you think they liked what we did? And within a week, Sky hit us up and was like, "You guys are coming back next year, right?" And that was a moment when we were like just now I got goosebumps.
You got the right haircuts for it too.
Yeah. Well, I made sure I didn't cut it during the quarantine.
When we talked to Vince the other day, that's one of the first things Vince says when he saw me. He goes, "I see me and you use the same barber and stylist and everything."
Apple said that him, Him,
Bill
Vince Herman,
Nershi.
and Bill Nershi need to start a band called Leftover Santa.
The Leftover Santas. And do like a Christmas, bluegrass Christmas album.
Oh my jeepers!
I'm not.
All right, I'm playing bass.
I'm not musically inclined, so I'd be like the hype man, like in the Santa suit.
I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just gonna laugh the whole time and I'm gonna do the snow. I'll just laugh. I'll play bass and go ahead, guys. Dump another bag of that out of the ceiling, would you? Yeah, do that again, man. Oh.
It would be a hit.
Oh, Jesus. The leftover Santas.
He smiled and laughed when we were talking about that. He was just
We should.
Be like,
We could pull it off. Yeah, we could get the Nourish. Yeah. Yeah, we he was walking around one day in the house, right downtown Lyons with us. He'd just gotten there and he came popping in. He's got this freaking flaring tie-dye on. And everybody's all happy because it's Tyler's birthday. And and he just lit up. He's ready to get some tunes picked and eat some barbecue. And it's early. Everybody's there early. And Tyler goes, he walks out of the kitchen while he's making some food for everyone. He looks at Billy, he goes, Billy, don't walk down the street. You're going to cause a wreck.
True, Chad. True.
You could just see a whole bus load of hippies. Goes, it's Nershi. No, it's not. Yes,
They just tore Red Rocks.
This caused another incident.
Those boys are back with a vengeance.
Yeah. I'm glad he's back. I should call him. Because the last gig we were going to play was May, right after 2020. It was going to be May. It was going to be me, Bill, and his wife, Jill.
Oh, okay.
Burle, Burle, Billy Jillian Burle. And we just play, and then she sings with Bill or me. And she just claps and does it. We have the best time. It's like Peter, Paul, and Mary kind of.
He said that he loved it too.
Yeah. It's we have such fun because it's just, we work it out a little bit, and we got it on paper, and we go, okay, you ready for it? It's really not like, all right, here we come, hippies. It's more like, we're kind of more, it's like, you remember this?
Oh, hell yeah.
I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. So it's a lot of fun, and then throw in the dope, and throw in the beer, and then throw in 1,000 hippies, and it's like, it's crazy time. But it's not very,
I'm going to pause this for a second.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
People believe in Bill, man.
Well, I mean, just talking to
Why
him
do you
on
think that is?
That'd be a good shirt.
People believe in
No, we believe in Bill.
Believe in Bill.
Oh, I'm going to call him and tell him he owes me some money.
I'll make the shirt.
Bill, I got your shirt. Oh, yeah, you guys got to come because we'll have some merch for you guys. We got some stuff down there. You'll have to see what we have.
Yeah, I can't wait
But
to.
Bill, I love that guy. He's a hero of ours.
Burle, thank you so much.
Oh, God, yeah. Hey, thank you.
I thought it was funny when you texted me and you were like, do I need to prepare? Do I need anything? And I was like, man, we're just going to hang out. You're like, I like that kind of work.
Yeah. I do both kinds,
Yeah, of course.
And
you have to.
I have to. And sometimes it requires
preparation.
I have to ask because I have to because I can't bail you. If it's your job, no. I don't know what to say about that.
Right.
You need to know what's up.
And it might be live.
To prepare
and
for it.
and because I do live shows, and I do them with Bob Troutman up in Missoula. I'm going up. I think right after we get done, if I make enough money on this run, I'm going to go to Missoula and do a show with Bob. And what we do is we'll fish, and we sit around on Saturday night, and then we sketch out the show, and then we go in and cut the show live.
Wow.
But we have it. Everything's
It's tight.
Before this the reason I started playing a lot with Travis is because one of my ideas for the last show I did in Missoula, we were in Kalispell last August. We drove down, we fished with Bob for a couple days, then we designed the show. We went on the air, and my idea was, I'm calling this person, this person, this person, and this person. Okay. And we're going to talk to them on the air on my phone. So I checked it with everybody, and everybody went, cool, yeah, let's do it. So we started, and Travis was up first because he was on the East Coast.
Okay.
So I dialed up the phone with him, and I go, dude, you ready for all this? I got about 15 minutes. I just want to make sure you're on the other end. He goes, yeah. He goes, oh, thanks, bro. He goes, he says, yeah. He goes, I got a question for you, bro. He goes, can you come out and work on Mommy's house and do this show in Knoxville? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, when? He goes, this date. And I went, oh, yeah, sure, I'm there. So I wound up spending like 2/3 of the year bouncing in and out of Brevard because we were working this construction project and playing music. And then...
Work plus work.
And then, yeah, I was like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. Hang on just a second. So I run back inside, and Travis is on the phone on speaker, right? So before, a lot of what you're going to see on Wednesday, Travis and me talked about in the International Order of Electrical Workers building in Missoula, where the radio station is. You know, asbestos walls and everything. And we're live on the show. And we're doing interviews, and it was Sally Van Meter and Dave Johnston, and there was somebody else too that came on with us. I should know better, but anyway, that's how a lot of this started. And watch, you're going to see that happen on Wednesday too. It's because him and I have been bouncing off stuff constantly now, stuff that we've written over the years when I was in Atlanta and he was in Nashville, and I drive up and write songs with him and John Weisberger. There's a lot out there that when I finally see, it kind of shocks me a little bit, and I wonder where all my time's gone and why I don't remember some stuff. But I guess it's like newspaper articles that are kind of like piled up right in here.
You've created a lot.
I've created a lot, like journals of this stuff.
Yeah.
And the funny part about it is I know a lot of people who have done that, but I don't know anybody that's played as much as I am on some just gigantic, vast level as a songwriter. Bob Dylan, that's a whole nother level. Pete Rowan, that's kind of a whole nother level. Right. I'm kind of what I am is from the 21st century. I mean, I lived in those other centuries, but when everything started to ramp up for me, it's like right at the turn of the century, and it just went whoosh, and it just launched, and I had all this stuff stacked up. And people believed in it, and these bands started being pro. We weren't living way back in the woods. Well, I was.
The collective we were.
Come on out on tour, bro. No. Go have fun. See y'all later. That was my take on it originally. And they just come we'd play gigs around and do stuff, and they'd come do sabbatical. We'd have retreats and stuff, and like everybody sit around, and we'd go someplace and sit for a couple of days and just write tunes, party our ass off, and write this and that, and play music for a couple of days. And it would snow. I was like, fuck, I ain't leaving right now. It's snowing. It's like, yeah, stay for another day.
That was our, like, after we got up here and we started meeting you guys and like becoming friends with the musicians and seeing everything that you guys all go through, right? And the rigors of the road, and we were like, it would be really cool to have some property and have a place where guys could come when they're not touring, to come get cooked, good food and relax and be able to write and hang out and sit in the fresh air.
Roger.
Just chill out for a little while.
I went right down the driveway and looked around and went, oh my gosh, I love being in these trees again. And
isn't it nice
to
be just like in it?
I've been in a parking lot for a while,
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, and we can work, I can work in a parking lot, I mean.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things.
No big deal, but man, my was like, okay.
Just change the scenery.
Well, that's one of the things we've done too. We've had quite a few band members and bands come stay with us. Kind of like Aaron said to you, next time you're up here, come stay with us, man. And they're always little, like, but once they get, they're like, oh my God, it's like we got a washer and dryer. We're great hosts. We don't expect nothing from you other than come hang out and let us take care of you. Kind of like
it's the way you can give back.
Yeah, a nice spot on the road where you don't have to worry, you can be comfortable, it don't cost you nothing.
Nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Ain't
nobody gonna find you up here either.
Ooh, that's the part I like. And if they do, I'm going right through there.
You got your exit plan?
Yeah, you notice I'm in like a caged cat. I think Burl looked a little nervous while I was there.
Anytime.
It's either that or if I ate some of that peyote, I'd be up that tree. I wouldn't bother with the fence.
No gas.
I'm just kidding.
No, man, the music has given so much to all of us, and it's place that it's our church. And so to be able to give something back to the guys that are pouring it out all the time, that means a lot to us, man. And like, also, now after 4 years of doing this thing and having something that people are actually listening to, like being able to help get the music out and spread the word when there's a young band, that's fucking cool, man.
That is.
That's really cool.
That's what it's about. You got to keep it going. It's made to be played. Yeah. Remember that.
Yes, it's made to be played.
Back to that traditional thing. Oh, no, yeah, thanks a lot. And yeah, respect it. Sure, I'll play it all day long. Here's one that goes for that. I was in Tennessee, Bristol, Tennessee. That's where it started, basically. I mean, recorded-wise or understanding or audio-wise or being available to play. And that's the birthplace of, you know how they talk about country music, where I was born and all that stuff. That's the place around Bristol.
Okay.
Although all the people lived around there, they all gathered there, and that's the history. And we were playing a festival there, and of course I had long hair and sandals and weed, and everybody kind of knew who I was from a certain level of different things. It's when the String Dusters had started. Originally, I'd known Andy Thorne, and John Stickley, and Tim Stafford, and some of those people from that area. And I had the long hair, and I'm in Tennessee, and they're like, yeah, this is a dude from Colorado. And so we knew this family from Bristol, short there up, a couple, 3-4 miles out of town. Well, they had their family band there. And after we got done late night, they all came over and said, you need to play bass for us. And I went, okay. So I went over, and I just put my bass in, I just loaded it up. And I was coming back, and they
Okay.
went back and got the bass, huffed down a big fucking hooter, huffed the bass all the way back down the street to where they were parked and where the family was, and we popped it out, and they're like, yeah, y'all. It was a family band, too. It was the brother on mandolin, the other brother on banjo who played with our buddies. We knew it was a Love family. Chad Love and his brother, the sister, mom, dad.
Oh, so
Right.
it really was a family.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So red eyes. And they're like, all right, ready, Burle? I'm like, oh, yeah. And they're like, B flat. Well, it's B flat or B all night long. And warp speed.
What?
Just crazy Americana bluegrass style music. And I was the bass player with the mom on guitar and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
Those Tennessee people, man.
Yeah.
When I went on a dead tour, there was a lot of people that were like,
trip.
when you drive through Tennessee, just keep going, man. People down there, scary down south. Don't stop down there. And we were driving through Pigeon Forge, and the bus that I was driving broke down. So we're broke down in this big blue school bus full of hippies on the side of the road, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And these people pull up and they're like, hey, you guys need help? And it's this guy and his wife. And we're like, yeah. He's like, I'll tow you to my house and we'll fix your bus. These people towed us to their house, gave us weed, fixed our bus, took us to Dollywood.
Yeah, you're Pigeon Forge.
Nicest
Right
fucking
there.
people I have ever met in Tennessee. Didn't ask for a dime in return.
Yeah.
They said, this is what Southern hospitality is all about. You guys be safe. See you later.
That's good.
Isn't that cool, man?
That's a great story. You like hearing that.
Yeah.
It broke that mold, that like stigma of like people down south.
The Deliverance deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too. There's that too.
There's that too, but that's far.
It's everywhere. It's in New York City too.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's in Portland downtown.
It's in frickin' downtown. Yeah, you've been downtown lately? I mean,
whoa.
I just go, wow, it used to be such a beautiful city. I've seen that deteriorate over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew they were down there.
It's not peculiar to here, man. It's every major city in the United States that shit is happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it's happening, and now it's happening around Boulder. Yeah, people just moving in.
Yeah. Our daughter down in LA, man, like Skid Row is growing. It's getting bigger and bigger down there. Like
Denver too, yeah. Downtown
Really?
Denver. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame, and it's, there is a solution. Just take some of these big parking lots and fence them off, and put some tents up, and some showers and toilets, and go. Okay, you're working for us now. Go clean up the streets. Here's a card to get in. We'll feed you. That's where you sleep. There's a shower. Go to work for us.
Yep.
In these big parking lots, since all this shit's closing, just go make a big old city for them and that looks good. That's organized. That's under control. It'll pay for itself because you won't have to pay your city workers to do it. We'll do it. Oh, wait, no. Did I say that?
Burle for president 2024.
Did I say that?
You did say that.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't say
Well,
that.
they
I
did
didn't hear you
that
say that,
right
bro.
on
I'm going to be in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or just north of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Right on the other
Fuck,
side
all
of the 5 right over here. They did that recently. They were getting kind of upset about how trashy it was. So a bunch of people
Trashy?
in the neighborhood, they got
That's
together
mild.
and they took a parking lot like that. They fenced it off and they built a bunch of tiny houses, like about 50 of them.
Like, just
And
get
now
this.
it's all cleaner over there. They got a place. They got showers. They got porta potties. They got little tiny houses.
That's exactly what you're looking to do.
Set them up.
Make them productive, set them up, make them productive and responsible for what they're doing, and make them go to the job and work. And you'll have the money to, and then let the next guy in. You're on your own now. You got this.
Yeah.
You're moving in with your new girlfriend. See you later. Psh, okay, you're moving into his zone. He did this. Here's your shovel. Get the fucking work.
That's how it happened for me. I was on the streets of Vegas shooting dope.
Really?
Met her off the streets.
Scratching your wings, huh?
Yeah, she is.
I won't tell.
I was a fucking.
Nice.
You trying to talk about my wings?
I won't. I got some fairy friends too. It's pretty cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
You're right.
Everybody needs a hand. Everybody needs a hand. Everybody needs a hand stuck out in their face and going in their hand and going, hey man, that's gonna be all right. It's a good deal. Good for you. Good for you, and good for you for understanding.
Yeah.
And good for you for being grandpa.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, Grandpa.
Yeah, my dad was a producer and a director and a writer and just a total nut. He was great, man.
He wasn't a nut. He was straight up.
He was old school
straight
Hollywood,
the fuck up.
old school Hollywood Vegas. Like he was like entertainment director.
Really?
In Vegas. Yeah. And like
Jerry Schaefer.
Yeah. And I grew up with him, man.
Musicals. He would write songs in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
We'd be sitting at lunch and
He'd be writing shit on napkins. Sound familiar?
And what's it when he wrote freaking.
Tell me what he wrote.
Check this out.
Okay, so he was a ghostwriter. First of all,
That's okay, but
that was his thing.
El Paso.
Marty Robbins.
You know how many fucking times I played that song?
So that was his, like when I was a little kid driving, we used to drive from Vegas to LA and LA to Vegas. And we'd be driving through the desert and my dad would be singing El Paso. This is like at 4 years old. And I just remember him saying, that was the biggest mistake of my life was selling that song to goddamn Marty Robbins.
Oh, I know what that meant. I know what you just said. I know what you just said.
He said, I didn't know it was going to be that big.
Sure, you can cut it on your record. Yeah, thanks. We're publishing it now. Hey, Jerry, here's your $500. Hey, man, check on, man. Hey, hey, Jerry, who?
Yep.
I got it. I know how that works.
That whole fucking thing you just said, exactly it.
I know exactly how it works.
He said, I used to be Mr. Who's Who. Now I'm Mr. Who's He.
Yeah.
Well, there's your new country hit. Hey, hang on.
That's true. That would have been.
Hey, we'll get right back to you on that there, Aaron. Hey,
Key of G.
I'll get right back to you.
Write it down.
Hey, what better person?
That would be fucking dope.
I used to be Mr. Who's Who. Now I'm Mr. Who's He.
Holy shit. Did you just say that? Have you guys coined this phrase yet, or are you going to?
His
Do you know how many fucking phrases this man's had? It's insane.
Hey, look.
It's fucking insane.
Are you attached to the music business at all? Can you get that song inside of somebody?
No.
You know, I can.
It's all you.
If I write that down right now.
Do it.
Let's go back over it, and you're going to spit it out to me. I'm going to write it down, and then you're gonna trust me. Is what you're going to do, because I think it's hilarious. And if we can get a little exoneration and a little bit of pride going on our end, on your dad's behalf, I know where to slip that song in.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so
that's fucking dope.
I'm not trying to write songs. I'm trying to go, hey, guess what? That's a good idea. And if you let me borrow that for a minute, you might get a new fucking car real quick. Because I might be able to drop that right where it needs to go.
Drop it.
I used to be Mr. Who's Who.
Like you said, with what you're getting ready to do and going to Nashville and all this and stuff.
I'm telling you, I'm right in there. That's what, I mean, that's what these guys do. They sit around and try to think up, and please take this with my respects and honesty. They try to sit around and think stupid shit up like this, and they can't do it. They got it right about their head.
That's what Dad said.
Blue jeans that don't fit. Okay, wait a second. Let's get back to this.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I used to be Mr. Who's Who. Now Mr. Who's He.
Okay.
It's all you, man. It's in your hands, bro.
Yeah.
What a tribute, Terry.
Wait till you hear the tune that I wrote for Irv. That's called "I'm All the Loser You'll Need."
That's my theme song.
I'm telling you, what?
Oh my God! Hell yeah! Oh shit! Holy shit!
Here, remind me. I'll sing it for you when I get done. It's ready to go. Nobody has heard it yet, but
shit.
Scott Law.
Yes.
Look, this is how I'm on fire with this writing shit. I mean, I just got it all organized. It's ready to go. We played it yesterday. We're gonna do it again. It's ready to go. See, it's all clipped up. It's ready, man. It's money. It's money.
It's official.
Money.
That way I can clip it on a stand if I need to look down. The rest of the shit I can recall as a singer or a player. But that one I'm gonna be able to go. Okay, I got it.
Now I'm Mr. Who's Who.
I want to ask
Now,
you before this evening, before we take you back and stuff or anything, because we don't get a chance to do this a lot. We've done a few people come over here. Would you play something on Aaron's guitar and do something?
Sure, you want to play this tune for you?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'll play it. If I can't play the guitar, I'll tell you, but I'll try to play it. It's not that fancy of a guitar.
Yeah.
And it ain't that fancy of a song. I'll throw you something out there that we were just talking. I'll prove to you. I wrote this song with a horse.
You wrote that song with a horse.
I can already tell, bro. You don't need much.
Yeah, this is the deal. There's a barn where it's a big part of my life, and a younger man who's named Earl, and he's a big part of my life.
Earl was our dog.
Earl and Burl?
Yeah.
Earl and Burl, man.
Well, yeah. Anyway, the horse up there is right before we came over here, I was up there for 2 weeks. I went to Nashville. I was there for a week. We went to Nashville, came back, and then we propped up for this show. We organized there, organized our merch, everything. We staged there. And the horse just kind of comes and goes, and the dog knows me and loves me, and I hang out in the barn. But the barn is 80 by, 60. Something crazy like that. So the horse would just come up, and I'd set up my music stand. I got my Les Paul plugged in the barn, in the hay, in the Studebakers, in the old the 50s, the 48 opera window GMC flatbed that used to haul the hay, and all this Americana crap in this barn, and I live in this barn.
I'll tune it for you.
And yeah, too.
That's the first thing. Listen to this to you. It just. I mean, you're not that age. I mean, I'm 52. You're not much older, a decade on.
But it's the horse.
I feel my grandpa here, kind of like it's brought up like Jerry. I feel Jerry here. They're from southeast Texas, up by Texarkana, Mount Vernon, Mount Pleasant, farming.
Sure.
Yeah, you do.
I love the buzz. Thank you.
One of my great uncles raised chickens for Foster Farms, 32,000 chickens a season.
Oh, Foster Farms?
Yeah.
Understood. Gotcha, man.
Another one was a peanut farmer. Another
Gotcha.
one was, but that's what they would do. I have memories of going down there when I was like 12, 13, going down there. they would work their asses off all day and everything just to get to the evening to have some whiskey and sit out and pick the guitar and and stuff on the patio as a family. It was just something you did. It was because they didn't have TV.
Yes.
They had the radio.
Sit outside and play.
Sit outside and play and enjoy each other's company. There was no disconnect.
In that Texas breeze, right?
Yeah. It was just amazing. It's that hard-working American type thing. Fucking seeing what they did and everything.
Okay. Thank you. I'll try to see if we can make heads and tails of this for you. It's
Oh, you know what I should do?
It's I'm hunting my. I gotta find my. There it
Here,
is.
you want to hold this while you take a look?
I found it.
Oh, you get to look at that.
It was the chase was on.
The hound dog.
Yeah, this is kind of Tennessee. I mean, come on, Knoxville, talk to me, baby. I mean, come on.
You notice that too since you've been here. Darwin has been so calm and he laid right down by. Usually he lays down by their feet or something. He just came.
I like Darwin. I think
Settled in right by
Darwin's
you.
so chill.
yes, I love you. I love you. I do.
So look, this country thing that you are so loving or chasing is something that I was immersed in the jukebox culture too, and then getting to work with Benny now, and we're going to create something. I've done let's do the. You want to create something? Let's create it. So I've just taken it upon myself to go ahead and start, but I got to get in that George Strait deal, and go. Let's see how ugly I can get. I mean, were we talking about that? I mean, maybe this is going to be a dichotomy of what I'm trying to accomplish here. But I know some people that go, Burle, I don't know, Burle. And I'm like, yeah, that means I'm going to use it.
I was going to say that's what you want to hear, I'd imagine. I don't know.
I think I am.
Around that way, you're creating something new. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah, it's that physical thing. Scott Law crippled himself laughing. We laughed. I had to stop. He goes, he was just like, Jesus, Burle. In a good way.
Good times.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, dude. I'm trying to be George Jones, literally.
Okay.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, that's my kind of country music. I mean, it's just that jukebox stuff. And I've been concentrating on my voice and trying to present these, instead of these whack job kind of song. Now I'm going to go, how slow can I play that tune?
All right.
So I just go, I'm just barely even using the guitar.
Like the essence.
That's all it is. It's barely even a song. It's about right in there. The anxiety's got me already. You're all the lover I want. I'm all the loser you'll need. So who's to blame if we don't? 'Cause we can count on the booze and about a handful of speed. You're all the loser I need. You're all the lover I want. I'm all the loser you need. You're all the lover I want. Why won't we turn down the lights? Throw some dust on the floor. Pretend it's Saturday night. Maybe take us a ride on a fast falling star. Take us a ride on a fast falling star. Was it a song? Yeah. I'd call you up if I could. I ain't broken, I swear. I could buy you the world for a song, 'cause I would, for just a wing and a prayer. For just a wing and a prayer. Just a wing and a prayer. So if it all comes apart, there's no blame in your heart. No, you're just wasting your time. On a song and a rhyme. I'm all the loser you'll need, and a handful of speed.
Thank you.
Is that lonesome?
Thank you, man.
Is that lonesome?
That's all.
That brought up emotion, man. That was thank you so much for doing that, Burl. Oh my god.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you're doing the same thing. Me and her are the emotional one. I'm sitting here getting teared up, and then we look at each other, and it's like, that was fucking.
Good. I'm glad, because you guys best be hugging when I'm going to look back there, because I'm going to shoot it right over to you, and you'll get it. You'll get it, because it's.
You can count on it.
It's so.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, put that guitar away. That thing brought tears to my eyes. Bro, you old son of a bitch.
That's what I was about to say, Burl. I don't even know you, Burl, enough.
And that's the testament to music. I mean, you just did that, and so much emotion came up in everybody here. That's how much like live music too. I always say it's, and I'm sure it's got to be for you. It's the fountain of youth too.
It's crazy.
It breeds life.
Pretty fun.
It's
I love doing it. I use it as exercises to do whatever I do. And look, I ain't trying to make people cry, but geez, if that's what it does. It's like, wow, okay, it's done it to me before.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, and
I get it.
me and them dogs, we get along. Me and these knuckleheads, and that's my gig. And it's me and the knuckleheads. I don't have any dog. I have about 10. That all folks, when I broke in, you help with the animals, and a lot more than dogs too. But me and the horse, like I said, me and the horse rides the song, and it's true. And it's because I'd be there singing, and the horse comes in, and he's singing, frightened, and the guys go out and work, or they go to town, they go out on the ranch and do something, and then people will walk by with the dogs, and the wife and the kids and their friends, and everybody's it's genius up there. It's like Montana. The driveway's a mile and a half straight up, or a mile straight up, and then you go out the back where the big huge barn is, and then the horse and me and Shorty, the kid that takes care of me in a way. He takes care of all the social media, and he'll he's my roadie guy. He'll
Shorty's
move my
the other
hands.
one on the text that we're working.
Yeah.
Okay.
His dad I met his dad over 35 years ago, 34, 35 years ago. So I've known Andrew, since he's been short, and that's what his mom and dad would be working the festival, and I'd be playing the festival, and it's like, come on, let's go see your mom. And then we'd go backstage, and it's like, Burl, who's your friend? Hey, Burl, who's your short little friend? It's fucking Shorty, man. I'm like, you want me to jack you up, man? Hey, go stand over here. I'm just kidding. But that's kind of what happened. His dad and mom. I introduced his dad and mom. By accident. By accident.
Wow.
Purely by accident. So I can blame it all on them. I just, just ask Vince. We just get in the way and go, oh, yeah, do you know him? Yeah, see y'all later. We're gone. We got shit to do, man. We got to stand around and talk.
Well, it seems like that's the kind of guy you are. Is you put stuff together for people.
Well, it's the mechanics again there, boss. It's the mechanics. And
I also feel like you're a really great representation of what I think about America.
Thank you.
I really feel like those are your hands, your hard-working hands, like what we were just talking about, literally building. And not only building materially, but sonically.
Yeah, sonically, yeah. Sure.
You're building walls sonically and a foundation and beautiful architecture. And thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
That's like the soul.
That's what I was put here to do.
I know.
So I'm glad that you cats have gotten a hold of what's left of this.
Yeah, I feel honored.
Because I hide.
I feel fucking honored.
I don't come
that
out and do this shit.
Well, good. Then why did you?
I'll tell you why. Because there's about 3 other people chasing me, and then Sky says, "Hey, Burle, I got your deal," and I go, "Check. You call, check, done." That's what I do. People tell me to say yes when they. There's so many people that want me to say yes, and I've already been through that with them, and everybody else, and I love saying yes, but I don't. I mean, that's. I got to pick and choose my battles now because there's only about half of me left, if I'm lucky. That's why I'm doing this because I can't do this anymore.
Bro, her and I were just having that conversation 2 days ago about I'm turning 50, and there's more in back of me than there is in front of me.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like,
I know. I smell what you're stepping in, brother.
And it's like
that's cow punch for shit.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't got time to fuck around.
That was light Saturday morning conversation.
Yeah, I really don't got time to fuck around. I don't got time to fuck around. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it now. I don't have time to, like, wait, and I'll figure it out later.
No.
And I'm just not...
Foot firmly. Just firmly.
All the way.
You don't have to take off or add anymore. Just get it into a gear you like is what I think is what's going on. Get it to where you like it.
And learn how to, like we always talk about, like brush. As you're getting older too, you learn how to brush off the bullshit, the people, the government, whatever that bullshit may be. Ain't no time for the bullshit.
No time.
The drama. Then it's like, oh, nope.
Just keep rolling.
We got shit to do.
We got shit to do.
Spread.
And it's not all just music, but if it centers and then
that's
here.
That's the center, though.
It does. There's a lot of stuff that attracts attention, and music is one of them. And everybody thinks this and that and the other of it, the backstage pass thing or whatever.
That's not our gig.
That's
not where we're at.
No.
That's why we're sitting here.
This is like a happy accident.
Right.
This whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
This is why we're sitting here. I am the king of being able to walk into any show, and they go, and I just go, and they're like, and I just go, and then somebody goes, "That's Burle, let him in." And I'm like, he's with me too. Let them in too. I'll get back to you. I just got to go talk to these guys. I'm in.
But you earned that shit.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, I got to go talk business. I'm not going back there for anything other than, hey, boys, they knew I was in town, this and that and the other. Yeah. Then it's like, hey, good to see you. Love your drums. Yeah. Hey, love you. Yeah. You're his, oh, God, let me kiss you on the lips. I'll see you later, baby. You and me, we'll get back to business later. Don't tell your wife. Like that? So then the next thing, where am I? At the very frickin' top. And I watch every note my shredder gunslinger friends play. And it's like, see y'all later. And like, where's Burle? It's like, oh, he's probably up at the top. Yeah. He's probably all the way up in the top watching the show.
Watching this
watching us shred. And then they're like, and then I'll see one, I'm like, they'll point, they're like, okay, boom, and there's one of my tunes, they go, comes flaring out of anywhere. So going back to your thing, how do you feel about that, being at the top row, like as a general admission guy? And I go, wow, I close my eyes, and I cannot believe what I am hearing. My poor mother. All the late nights and all the drunk asses I used to run with and stupid shit I used to do over a G chord and a joint. And then, same at Red Rocks. I go up to Red Rocks. 19 years old, I watch Jerry fucking ripping. And then I go all the way to the top, and then there's my kids fucking ripping. And everybody just bouncing all around like, where the fuck is Burle? I was like, get the fuck out of here. We got to get out of here.
I get it. I got you, man.
Oh. Here's a good one. Here's a real good one. There's a couple people that know this. And you could, this is pretty funny. This will tie a lot of stuff together because if she hears this, she's going to frickin', there'll be a bounty out on my friggin' skull.
You want me to hit stop?
No, somebody better have this.
Okay.
Because this is important. Yonder's first show. We're in Durango. This woman who I am just madly in love with, and she supports everything. She can't believe it. It's like, we're going to Red Rocks. We're on the guest list. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she's been a Telluride with me all over the place. I adore this woman. We're the same age. We've seen the same thing. Anyway. So we go get we drive over from Durango. We get a hotel room. We get all jacked up, go all the way to the top, watch the show. Hey, Burle, fucking ripping Burle songs. We start going down the stairs like everybody else. And we get about a third of the way to the bottom, right across like where the stage is. The way the thing is as you go down like this, so you cut past the stage. So I'm like right over at this level, and I see the boys waving at me, like, I got fucking backstage passes and all kinds of shit. 2 of them. And we're coming down the steps. And this woman goes, Burle. And I go, hi. She's with these 2 big dudes. And she's like fucking pregnant.
Oh.
And I just go, yeah.
Is that mine?
And she says, I love your music. It changed my life. And these 2 guys are looking at me, and I look at my girlfriend, and I go, and then she says, I'm naming my kid after you.
Oh, shit.
And I go, and I take the backstage pass, and I take it off my girlfriend's neck, and I take mine off my neck, and I go, here. There you go. Here's a souvenir. Let's get the fuck out of here. I didn't know who she was. Never before have I met her in my entire life. My girlfriend looks at me and she goes, what the fuck, Burle? I'm going.
I didn't do
I'm going. What? No, you what the fuck? Poor girl, she's still in Atlanta.
That's the one. All right.
Yeah, she just can't get around. I mean, I'm like.
It takes somebody special.
That's a wacky thing. That was one at my first trip to Red Rocks.
That's a mind blower right there.
I went, whoa! Look at this, 10,000 people. I'm tapping my foot and responsible. I think. And then this woman tells me she's naming her baby after me. And I just go, really? You can't make that shit up.
No. Mm-mm.
What was that like for you though? And that's a fucking trip, Burle.
Didn't even do the drugs. I didn't even eat mushrooms. I didn't eat acid. It's just like, you.
Okay, you spun at that
It's
point.
just like, whoa, what the fuck? Because we've been having fun for a weekend, partying with Yonder and shit. And they're like, Burle, you got to go backstage. I've already been backstage. No. I'm not
Show's
going.
out here.
I'm going. Yeah, it's like, hey, man, everybody's looking for you. I'm like, come on, we got to get the fuck out of here. So I try to hide from all this and going out the door. And that's when it walks up to me, and I just go.
You're meant for it.
I guess. Hi.
So
there's a little Burle running around.
There's
a little Burle. Maybe more than one.
Maybe more than
I know.
Sure.
I know where there's a Benny, and I know where there's a Keller, but they're dogs. And my friend has them in South Carolina. My great friends Molly and Christian.
The only.
Just kidding, guys. Of course you know that.
I had a very small experience similar to that. Not to that scale, but in 2018, we signed with a network. And the guy that is like one of the heads of the network is the lyricist for Fish.
They told me his name the other day. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yes.
And so whatever, we're working with this network. We're doing our thing, and we go to the gorge to see Fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're in the second set. We're all spun, watching the show, and I had this moment of like, holy shit! I'm not just here in the crowd anymore. I'm part of this machine. I'm part of this thing. Like this,
I understand.
This huge fucking moment of like, oh fuck, and it stopped me in my tracks. Like all these years of running around with this thing, and finally now, like this is the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
I mean, it's not nobody was naming their fucking kid out.
Everybody has their moment.
The machine to make the machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you got the machine that engages all of us as what we love and what we do, and you buy tickets, and you buy shirts and whatever, and you get buddies and you get guest lists, things start to, they get bigger and bigger. But it starts with the basic. Who's punching the button?
It goes back to what you said again.
What?
Digging the dirt. And belief. True. Yeah.
Digging the dirt.
You gotta dig
the dirt.
Something we should share with him too. The way this started, No Simple Road. Their son is 18.
That's it. I remember.
Their son's gonna be 19 in August, and 4 years ago, so he was 14 years old. He buys dad a snowball microphone for Father's Day. Because he said, you guys just sit around. This is basically what we've done for a long time.
Let's
Sitting
see.
on the patio, listening to music, talking about the Grateful Dead. He's like, you should start recording that shit. Like, not his bag. He wasn't into it, but he was like,
it gave you the avenue to jump into, right?
You've done so much. He's all
I
started
came out here, I
recording.
was scared to talk on the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I got on there and I just told the story of my first Grateful Dead show. Going to my first Grateful Dead show. And now we're sitting here with you.
I see. Well, that's what it takes. Having a little bit of vision too. A little bit of vision, just a little bit. You don't need a lot. And if you have a lot, it takes a lot of belief.
Yeah.
But if you have enough, you can narrow it down and get that thing to start driving it into the hole and getting it to go through for you.
Yeah.
It's doing this stuff, artistic stuff, and is all about differential.
Does it ever get scary for you?
No, not scary. It's you mean performance stuff or believing in it?
The enormous, like having somebody name their fucking kid.
Like that. That's like you see, like you said, you kind of like you don't like to. You kind of hide from everybody. You want to see what's happening. You don't want to be back there bullshitting with everybody when there's music going on.
The real story.
Be part of what's happening in front of the stage too.
I want to hear the songs. I want to hear the music that people hold me so responsible for. I want to hear what they like about it because I like so many things about it.
I like the way you said that.
They don't even know. They don't even know what I see in things or hear in things, and that's why I say, back up, see, hear, two different things. I'm very visual about it. So to close my eyes and watch somebody else play it from this or from this, that's an entirely different buzz. Okay. So but that's the thing. It's your translation. What do you got, man? Love it. I think you're awesome. Thanks. And people say, what do you think? I'm like, I love it. It's not what I would do because I can't. That's not my gig.
Right.
But I just gave him the gas in the tank. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And just another one, just in case.
That's great. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I don't have to work today except with you cats. Or I have to go write this other song that I'm writing about somebody else I know. It's an actual, it's a fiction. It's a fictional account of a real person.
Okay. Okay.
But it's real. But I'm muddying up the water. That's my job is to do that because I can't do the straight up black and white stuff on that kind of thing. There's always some kind of curveball coming in from somewhere. Because if you give away all your secrets, you don't got much to hide, and that's what you want. And like you should know this thing that you're on it.
I'm with you, 100%.
So that's sort of my deal with the whole deal.
I'm gonna put this out. I'm not holding this for weeks. I'm just putting this out tomorrow.
Editing it?
Yeah. I'm not putting this. I'm putting this out.
It's interesting that
It's time
to look at skies.
in the next 2 weeks here.
Yeah, to what you guys are doing and why I'm sitting here right now, because the guy he of course I see a lot of that man for 20 years. And in boats, in rivers, on our place, at his table, at my table.
His family.
We've been around he's been around the world, but when he's been around the country, he's been around a lot. But some of the stuff that I've been on, it's pretty cool. And he was punching his phone.
But it's a burden. Felony just been deferred, and hell means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. Mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Hi, this is Paul Phelps.
And this is Monica Strutt.
And we're from the Daily Music Business Podcast. We're joined by a number of other really great hosts in creating daily content with great advice for independent musicians just like you.
That's right. We put out episodes daily on all topics from music marketing to branding, advice on signing with a manager and label, and anything else you need to up-level the business side of your music career. We've got it covered.
Subscribe to the Daily Music Business Podcast today on your favorite podcast catcher.
Subscribe today to the Daily Music Business Podcast on your favorite podcast platform.